Alright. We are now live playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, our emergency backup stream because The Witcher 3 was so janky and broken. Let's hope the notification gets sent out because it was so quick to the last one, and people actually are able to find this one. Okay, so there's my YouTube notification going out. Let's see if the Discord server sends out the notification. It's the quickest I've ever done a backup stream. Alright, let's see if it's sending it out on... Discord still hasn't sent it. Weird. Well, hopefully it does. Well, we got people in the stream already. We got Redneck Zeus saying howdy, and Nico Bellic saying he's here, so... Good. I guess we can find out what the heck we were doing last time. I think the last time we streamed this was in October, so it's been a hot second. What do we got for quest logs? Alright, so yeah, hunting with Hans Kapan. I vaguely remember that being on the queue. That should be the one. Courtship. Okay, we didn't start that one yet. The Rete Tourney, I remember us losing that. Do me a favor, Punch Me, Chumps on the River, and Raiders. Didn't we already do Chumps on the River? Raiders. Oh yeah, that's because we already did the one around here, so that's the... So, I guess let's go straight to the prey. Nico Bellic says, I am here. Hypermapping ULM ROA says, how did you change streams so quickly? What happened was, The Witcher 3 was absolutely broken. So we got out of that, and I popped up a new stream. Hypermapping is confused. He's like, what the heck? That's not how you live stream. That's a terrible model. Nobody's going to watch it. Yeah, no. So, I feel like we have to be there in the morning. Hypermapping says Nico Ballin. Redneck Zeus says, I've almost got my whole Lords of Lipa armor set. Nice. I love the Lords of Lipa armor set. Alright. We have to be there in the morning, so... Well, apparently all we can sleep is 7 hours, so... That's what we'll have to do. I'm bummed out. I really wanted to play The Witcher 3 today. I mean, I love Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's one of the other games in my top 3 games of all time. But I was really looking forward to playing The Witcher 3 now that it had the next gen update. Hope CD Projekt Red gets on their shit and... you know, fixes that game up. What is that symbol on the bottom of my screen? I'm not drunk, am I? Player buffs. Alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic, apparently. Alright, where's my horsey? There you are, Roach. Or Yenda. Estonian Gamer says, hey, yo, what's poppin', my man? Well, as you remember, Estonian Gamer, from the 22-minute live stream we did of, oh crap, I can't even stop there because it's nighttime, of The Witcher 3, that game was broken as hell on PC. So, we're going into KCD, a game made by a far smaller studio that got tons of complaints for being janky, but is running infinitely smoother than The Witcher 3 next-gen update as on PC. Hypermapping says, Bannerlord is basically the case when Total War and Kingdom Come Deliverance had a child. That's fair. Oh, excuse me. Hey look, there was Hans Kapan. That's why I tell a lot of people about them. I mean, now that I'm doing Bannerlord videos, I get people commenting like, hey, I love Bannerlord and Medieval Dynasty. Do you have any games that you'd recommend? I'm like, yes, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Same thing goes the other way. Hey, I like Kingdom Come Deliverance and Medieval Dynasty. Is there any games that you think I'd like? Yes. Mount & Blade Bannerlord. Alright, let's give her an hour. Oh crap, our nourishment is low. Do we have any food on us? I think this is what happened last time. We got up here and... Okay, I do have some food, so let's eat and get our nourishment up. Yeah, last time it wasn't nourishment, though. It was by the time he was finally ready to go, we were falling asleep because we were so tired. Alright, Daring Debonair. What crime have I committed? Probably just being here. Stony Gamer says I'm waiting for my Steam refund. For what? Hopefully not for The Witcher 3. I mean, I didn't buy it for the thing. Yes, yes, yes. What am I under arrest for? Yeah, I figured it was that.
This definitely won't come cheap. You'll learn.
Alright, let's try to talk our way out of this. Yay, look at that. Hope Steam gives me my money back. Money for what? Like I said, for me it was a free update. So, wasn't exactly any money spent on it. Oh, hey, look, there he is. I'm getting a phone call. The phone call ended the moment I pressed answer. Anyway, we can see that Crazy D Entertainment just became a member on the channel. Awesome! Welcome to the initiated class. Thanks for joining in. As he could probably tell you, he or she, I assume he from Crazy D, but not a very expensive process. The initiated class is only $1.99 a month. Made it cheaper than a cup of coffee. I am refunding the something something It's Winter the hit game. Alright, sounds Russian. Let's get started on this main quest.
Here I am.
Here I am.
I'm overjoyed. Have you got a horse?
Yes?
Kind of quiet.
Really? What is it? A cart horse?
Actually, it's...
Warhorse Yenda, the best horse in all the land. You cocky lordling. This guy. On the bright side, after this mission, I hate him less, but playing through the game the first time, getting up to this one, I couldn't stand him. And of course, the first time I played through the game, I didn't have a horse when I got to this point. Oh yeah, I remember this. This is one of those things that I always wish they would just make into a cutscene. Because, like, slowly following along behind him and trying to talk to him was always so annoying. Like this. Look at this. The lordling shall die by your hand for being rude. That would certainly be one way to take it. Crazy D Entertainment says, very cheap. Yes, like I said, it's, I made it so obviously there are a bunch of tiers, so if you want to spend more money supporting the channel, you definitely can. But I wanted the bottom, like the initiated, the entry-level one, to be cheap enough that basically anybody could afford it. Because, you know, I think that's the best business model. I never push the memberships, though, so...
About that business in the ale house.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
See, like, you have to real slowly trot next to
I
him.
should behave differently. More, well, gentlemanly.
Oh, that's the run.
Doesn't mean you were in the right. You can't throw a lord out of the tavern in his own town. You understand?
Yes. I was just...
What? Speak up! Don't worry, I won't bite your head off.
It's just that when you said those things in the arena, sir, I was a little upset.
You alright there, Hanskapan?
I just like to tease green.
Caps might help? That's what it was,
You
caps.
vexed me too.
Yeah, but like I said, it doesn't, because he's trotting just a little bit too fast for caps lock.
Whenever I
You know?
get reckless, even if it's for my honor, Panosh is on my back about it and I get punished. Like now.
Renexu says he becomes a lot nicer once he gets his head bashed in. Probably has something to do with the head trauma. My thing is, actually, by the time you get to right there and he starts talking to you like you're a person and not, you know, a useless pile of crap, he's already a better character. It takes like 4 steps outside of the city for him to stop being a dick. Yeah, no, a studying gamer, the reason I hate it is because you can't do it with caps. Because the regular trot is too fast, because he's not going that fast. But if you do the caps trot, it's too slow and he outruns you.
Is this your first time hunting?
This kind? Yes.
I've been hunting since I could walk. If you're not a complete blockhead, you might learn something useful.
Ooh,
If you don't
thank
cook
you.
it up entirely today, maybe I'll take you again. It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
As
A
I said,
minion.
I have hunted before, but it wasn't...
Chasing bunnies with a pitchfork isn't hunting. Observe and learn.
I'll do the best I can, sir.
Yeah. Gotta love this this gameplay. Epic.
Listen, I wanted to ask you about Skalitz.
I don't know if...
Definitely not a stunning gamer. That comment is confusing.
Conversation for the hunt.
In here, where I'm from, the punishment for that behavior is death by oil burns. I assume you're saying punishment. That makes sense. What behavior?
That's
Oh, okay, of his behavior.
detail.
Is it really necessary, sir?
Arguing with the nobility again, eh? It seems you're a bit of a rebel.
No, not at all, sir.
Bullet popping in, saying hello there. Hello, Bullet. Or hello there.
It's hard for me to...
General Bullet.
I see. So I'll have to get you drunk first.
Yep.
Sure even that would work.
No means no, Hans Kapan. Doesn't matter how drunk I am.
North of here. We'll camp there and you can tell me all about it.
If you wish, sir.
And don't dilly-dally. Let's try and get there before the day's out.
Yay, look at that. Yeah, I definitely... In the future, like in the next game, I hope Warhorse Studios turns scenes like that into cutscenes. You know, no reason for that to be some sort of a weird tag-along having to keep up with him thing and talk to him. That should just be a cutscene. I get that they didn't want to make the game over-reliant on cutscenes, and I get that, that's a good choice, but I think in a situation like that, it would have been better. Oil burns is the worst pain. I mean, just in general, I don't like burns at all, but yes, oil burns are particularly bad. Similar sort of a situation with what's called a... Well, not what's called, but a plastic burn. If you get, like, burning plastic dripped on you, it burns into your skin real bad, clings onto everything. Doesn't feel good. Have I been here yet in this game? Doesn't look like it. That's the one where I'm always like, I feel like he could have said that before we walked over there. Could have been like, hey, I grabbed the wine and bacon. Let's go sit down and eat.
Coming up, sir.
At long last.
I don't think it's that long. One time I gave him rotten bacon and cheap wine.
I am, although we haven't actually hunted anything yet.
That doesn't matter.
Stony Gamer says also it's meant for running, so you'll be right after. Yeah, it is different when you're not on a horse, but Renixu says at least let you ride faster than a trot. I agree. If they'd have it like a breakneck gallop and you're like yelling at each other. Aiden Prulex, I don't know, says hello. Hello, Aiden. How you doing?
Managing my property until I'm an adult.
When will that happen?
What are you implying?
You're a spoiled, immature punk.
You seem quite adult to me already, sir.
Well, it's hard to say. Before he died, my father appointed a council of nobles.
That's how they did it in Red Dead Redemption 2. I know. And Red Dead has a better balance with it. But in most cases, like I said, for me, I'd rather that's just a cutscene. Unless there's a gameplay element, something that could happen, you know, while you're doing it. If there's going to be some combat, or it allows you to choose the route or something like that. That's one thing. You know, then it makes sense to have the player control it and go through that. But, if it doesn't give you a choice and you have to follow a set path and it's just there for the conversation, make it a cutscene. Make it something that I can put the controller down and watch, enjoy it, pay attention to what they're saying. Not something where I'm trying to manage exactly how fast I'm traveling so I can converse with the person. You know?
Last week I had to listen to complaints from my subjects.
Oh, complain about it a little bit more.
My lord, this yokel here empties his piss pot in my yard. And sir,
I saw Luke Dale, the guy who voices
my old woman is
Hans Kapan. He was doing a Kingdom Come Deliverance stream the other day. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't see the stream, but I assume it was probably pretty entertaining. Stony Gamer says, also, Mr. Nico, sir, you should be sponsored by Keeps. That hair looked very thin compared to the beard. My hair? That's normal. It's definitely way lighter. I mean, and obviously the beard is luscious. But I'm not going bald.
We'll see what we can get.
See? Not that I would turn down a sponsorship from Keeps. They seem to be a pretty good product that pays pretty well, so...
But what about you?
I think the difference is that my hair, the hair on my head is so much lighter than my beard that it gives the impression. Hey look, I just got out of focus. Does Keeps work?
I don't know, sir.
I've never tried it, but from the reviews and all like the testimonials,
Both of my parents.
seems to be pretty solid. You know, a lot of people say that it works pretty well. Obviously, from what I understand, it's not a product to grow back hair once you've lost it. It's just one that keeps your hair extra healthy and all that sort of stuff, so that you don't lose it in the first place. It's preemptive, so.
The humans have horns and hooves.
But I'm not sponsored by them.
For me, Skalitz isn't a tale of adventure to share over a tankard of ale.
All right.
Stunning Gamer says depends if you've been sponsored or not. Yeah, that probably affects the testimonial.
But tomorrow we set off at first light. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Mustache felt like it was hanging down into my mouth. Wait until dawn. It is dawn, isn't it? I guess it's not. Yeah, it took us until nighttime to get here. Very slow. Crazy D Entertainment says, so I could keep my clown look then. If and you want. Alright, we have to wait until morning. Sleep and save. I can only sleep for 4 hours. Ah, it's wild. I have a very high hairline or whatever. Ever since I was born, I've had the hairline that goes all the way back. Like, it runs in the family. We say that we all have 5 heads instead of 4 heads. Because our hairline starts, you know, up super high, or we have a big old widow's peak or something like that, so it's always back. Crazy D Entertainment says, I bet you're hungry. In real life? Or in the game? Well, I've eaten now, so in the game I'm less hungry. In real life, I'm not hungry yet, but I could get there. Probably will if we stream long enough. Where is Hans Kapan? The thing I hate about it is, like, you try getting him up at 7 or 6 or whatever you might consider dawn, and he's like, why are you waking me? And if, like, you're 5 minutes later, he's like, what the hell, man? Why were you asleep so long? See?
Sir?
Are you mad? It's still dark.
Early means at first light. Light.
See, look, he's all mad that we woke him up. And look around. This is dawn. When I'm hunting and I say I'm getting up at first light, this is first light. Actually, this is after first light. Max Brettschneider says, I thought could do with a bite to eat. I feel quite hungry. Alright, let's see if it's at 6. When you pull your hair back, you look like Adam Savage. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. That's fair, Bullet. It did kind of look like him. Hate waking people in this game. Like I said, it's just so weird and random. Yeah, see, look at that.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? It was like 2 minutes later. I got it exactly at 6 and stopped, and he had the big problem. And then, like, I go back to waiting or whatever for like a minute, and then he's like, what the hell, man? Get up, you're burning daylight.
We'll meet back here.
Peasant. My man, that hairline is comparable to Herr Patz. Konstantin Patz, the first president of Estonia. Was it real high? Adam Finnan says, hello, newcomer to the channel. Love how... just wait. Maybe I was a bit hasty. What did he say? Newcomer to the channel. Love how you redirect people's rudeness. This game comes with PS Premium. Been wanting to get into it. Just heard it takes a lot of time and patience, but worth it. 2 things. Thank you. I'm glad you like the way that I manage conversations. I'm also quite a big fan of them. And as for the game itself, it is an excellent game. One of the best games I've ever played. It definitely does. It's a slow burn story, and it's got set pacing to it. So, like, there is action and combat and all that sort of stuff in the game, but it does take a while to get to it. How do I crouch? C, right? Okay. Let's see if I can hit rabbits. First time I played through this, it was incredibly hard. Got him. All right. But no, definitely a great game to get into. Borderlands Carter King says, what's up, buddy? Not a whole lot. We were going to stream The Witcher 3 today, but it is janky as hell on PC after the new update, so we switched over to this. Max Brettschneider says, crazy, suck behavior, funny IRL, right? Crazy. Suck behavior, funny or IRL, right? That is a confusing comment for me. He is definitely a mythbuster. Oops. Missed that guy. Come on, rabbit. There, we shot him right up the butt. Yeah, I've gone through a couple myths too, so me and Adam Savage aren't too different from there. Also, big fan of his YouTube channel. It's very entertaining. A lot of the content he puts out on there is fantastic. Such behavior, funnier IRL, right? Ah, now I get it. Makes more sense than suck behavior. How did I miss? Fly a Garrick, make Bane Potion. And hunt them hares. Hunt them hares! The very first time I played through this game, I actually did a Let's Play series for it that's not on the channel anymore. I think I left the first video up, but the rest of them were so rough that I took them down. But in that playthrough, I spent a lot of time trying to get the hares in this mission. I was so bad. Like, I kept running out of arrows, having to go back to the camp and getting more. It was bad. But, you know, that was before I got used to the system of archery in this game. And once you get really dialed in with it, now mind you, the last time I played this game was in October, so I'm not dialed in. But once you do, it's definitely something that's pretty easy to get the hang of. Shot just a little bit in front of him. I saw that. Got it. Let's see if I can land this before I read that comment. Dang it. There we go. Let's get this rabbit. I gotta go read a couple of those comments. I'm sure I'm beating Kapan since I've already gotten probably 6 rabbits. Says, I saw that. Got it for my wife. Really hope Xbox isn't that bad. Be in the fog house after that. Yeah, no, as from what I understand, the current version of the game plays pretty well on current gen consoles, so hopefully your experience is a positive one with it, because I love this game. Is it more fantasy or fiction? And can you go third person? I don't have a preference, but I love games that go in between. No, this is first person only. Which, for me, I actually prefer first-person games whenever there's a choice, except for Rockstar games, because in Rockstar games, first-person is always really weird. But for, like, Skyrim or Fallout or something like that, where there's a choice, I prefer to play it in first-person to third-person. So for me, it was great. But yeah, this game is first-person only. As for fantasy fiction, no, this is actually one of the most historically accurate games I've ever experienced. For, like, so obviously the character you play as isn't a real person historically, but it's historically authentic, like in the things you can do and all that sort of stuff. But everyone else in the game is, like, all the main characters and named characters, I should say, are real historical people. In fact, I have a channel called Parry This, where I've got a video series covering the real historical backgrounds, like biographies, for all of the major characters from this game. And the game is pretty dang accurate, so it is not, obviously it's historical fiction in the way that you play as a fictional character experiencing situations that you wouldn't have been involved in, but, no. Borderlands King says Doghouse. I figured you didn't mean Foghouse. I figured you must meant either log house, like maybe you had some sort of an extra tiny little shack or something like that where you went where you're in trouble, or doghouse, meaning, you know, the I'm in trouble but not actually living in my canine's domicile. Arrows? Ha, I ran after them with a knife. Yeah, definitely not as easy to get the hares in this game with a knife. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've already gotten enough to win the bet with Hans Kaban, because I feel like I've got 5 or 6 of them already, but Crazy D Entertainment says, I play it on the Series S. It plays so smoothly, no issues to complain about it. Plenty of history to dive into while playing it. Yeah, it's great if you like history, and I do, so that's why, like I said, it's a game that I personally love. And I heard that it plays pretty well on the consoles now. When I first played it, I was playing it on the regular PlayStation 4, and I loved it on PS4. It obviously had texture pop-ins and, you know, problems like when you'd go into Rete, the frame rate would drop way down and stuff. Obviously, I don't experience that playing on a high-end PC, but I still enjoyed the game even with those issues when I was playing it on console. I'm getting a lot of that Valerian. I don't even know why I'm picking so much of it, probably just because it's here. Let's see how much rabbit meat I've got. 176. That must mean that we have... So we've gotten 5, because we have 5 hair pelts. Speaking of the doghouse... Oh, wait, what do we got? Estonian Gamer says, my refund isn't here yet. Steam, give me my money. I've typically always gotten my money back pretty quick, as long as you meet the requirements, like you haven't played it too much or whatever. Because if you play the game for too long and then ask for a refund, they won't give you the refund back, because that would be just like finishing a game and then getting your money back, you know. But they've always gotten me my money back on the couple times I've refunded games. Borderlands Carter King says, sweet, I'm sorry I was referencing to The Witcher. I'm sorry, I should have said that. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no, as far as I know... Oh, look, another rabbit. The Witcher 3 next-gen update plays quite well on the consoles. It's just the PC version that's broken right now. Which sucks, because that's the version that I play on, but hopefully we'll have a patch. Oh man. Thought I hit it. Dr. Zouden did a super chat. I'll have to find that as soon as I kill this rabbit. There we go. Dr. Zouden said, hello, Nico. 1 minute ago, and he chatted €5. Thank you, Dr. Zouden, for the super chat. Awesome to hear from you. And if I remember correctly, you should be back in the United States now because you are now out of the military. Is that correct, Dr. Zowden? But yeah, The Witcher, as far as I know, the next-gen update is playing quite well on consoles. It's just the PC version that is sucking, so. KW Camp 44 says, good morning, I really enjoy your Bannerlord videos. Got me interested in doing another playthrough. Thank you. I have been enjoying playing through Bannerlord as much as I have been the last couple months here. I played it a lot when it came out, and then I've played it, like, I've had scattered playthroughs between when they first released it into early access and now. But, I actually played more Warband in that time just because I love the conversion mods. That's the main reason why I have thousands of hours of gameplay into Mount & Blade games. So, while I was waiting for the full update, the full release of Bannerlord, I was playing a lot of Warband, so I could play things like A World of Ice and Fire and, you know, other mods like that. Alright. Pending. Oh, yeah, then you'll probably get it as Estonian Gamer. It's probably in the works then. Dr. Zudden says, getting out, yes, still in Germany. Oh, you're still in Germany, but you'll be out by Christmas, I think you said. You'll be back into the United States by Christmas. So, that's good. It'll be good to be home, right? Adam Finnan says, I've yet to play Cyberpunk due to bugs, but I heard they almost non-existent now. Have you played this, and what are your thoughts? I know it's old news. So, Cyberpunk. I played it at release, and I was playing it on a PC, so I didn't actually have that many bugs, but it was okay. I wasn't nuts about it. I love the Witcher games, and so I was really hoping I was going to love Cyberpunk as much as I love the Witcher games, especially the Witcher 3, but I didn't. It was okay. I didn't have a buggy mess experience, but I also did not love it. Dang, I thought that tree stump was a... Where's that a rabbit? Oh, it must just be a rabbit that hasn't disappeared yet. Yeah, I've already looted it. Dr. Zowden says, looking forward to getting home next week. Okay, so good. It is soon then. Excellent. Happy for you. What else do we have? Yeah, no, so as far as... Oh, yeah, and I did recently play Cyberpunk again after, like, everyone was saying, oh, there's no more bugs, and it's better, and they've added new stuff, and it was better. It's still not, like, comparable to The Witcher 3 in quality, at least in my opinion, but, it's a good enough game. Hoping, what was I saying? Hoping. That doesn't sound right. It's a good enough game if you're into that type of setting, I'm sure is what I meant to say. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it if you like futuristic sort of games where you play with guns and cars and all that sort of stuff. Because it was fine. What else do we have? I'm getting behind in my comments. Borderlands Carter King says we need a Bannerlord live stream. I know I've streamed Warband before, but I don't think I've ever streamed Bannerlord, so I'm sure that'll come at some point if I keep streaming here. I'll stream for like a couple weeks, and then I'll take like a 2-month break, and then I'll stream again. So that's typically how it goes for me. I feel like I've killed enough rabbits to win the bet, so I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna sit on this log, or sit somewhere. Sit, there we go. Alright. Then we'll wait until noon, and hopefully he'll be back. Gabriel Richter says, hey-oh, hey Gabriel, long time no see. Dr. Zowden says, how's Thanksgiving with your sister? Actually, surprise, it wasn't right at Thanksgiving, but my other sister was also back in the state, because they're transferring bases, and so they had to bring their pets up to leave them with some family members while they move into their new place. So I actually was able to see most of my family this Thanksgiving, so that was fun. We did a lot of bowling. It's something that we enjoy doing when we all get together, so we had fun. Dr. Zowden says, have you tried the new Elden Ring update? I have not. Is it any good? I'm sure it's probably decent, given just that it's, you know, the same game. But, no, I have not tried it. Rodrigo Zaz400 says, thanks for your videos. Brazilian here. Hello! Wisconsinite here. Nice to meet you. And you are welcome for the videos. Dr. Zowden says, well, it's the Elden Ring Game of the Year material. I mean, it's certainly a contender. It will probably win most of the Game of the Year awards. From what I understand,
How did the hunt go for you, sir? I did quite well. Look.
Oh, where's my phone off?
Not bad, though. Quite good, actually. For a common blacksmith's boy.
Yeah, from what I understand, a lot of people preferred God of War Ragnarok.
Sir, asking his lord for
But I haven't played it because obviously I don't have a PlayStation. I saw some
Your serf.
videos for it on YouTube, and it does look good, so...
And now come along.
I could believe that people are competitive between the two, but I would say that there aren't that many games to compete with Elden Ring, you know, for Game of the Year this year. Let's see if I can cook my hare meat. So yes, I'm sure Elden Ring will win most of the Game of the Year awards. The only other game that I can think of that is going to be much of a competition is going to be God of War Ragnarok. So expect those two games to sweep most of the Game Awards this year. That's what I would say. For me personally, since I didn't play Ragnarok, obviously I'm probably going to lean towards inventory. Yeah, that's what we want. So let's... Wait. We'll eat as much of this as we... can, so our, oh good, our nourishment is low. So let's eat this hare meat and get our nourishment and energy up, and then we'll store the rest of it in here. So we don't have a bunch of cooked hare meat weighing us down. Oh, I better hurry up. I need my $8 to buy Kerbal Space Program. Hey Nico, wanna go bowling? Nice. Grand Theft Auto 4 reference. Gabriel Richter says, oh, you're hunting with Sir Hans. Yes, I am, Gabriel Richter. We moved right on to the main story mission. If you remember from the last time we streamed, that's where we had left off. Oh, Nico Bellic says, yes, look at that, Estonian gamer. Nico Bellic wants to go bowling with you. You must be his cousin, Roman. Borderlands Carter King says, Souls games are life. Yeah, there's definitely a large proportion of the gaming user base that feels that way. Inventory is the best game of 2022. Inventory. Not familiar with that game. Could that be a function of your workplace responsibilities? No, I'm trying to think. Because the only new games I played this year were Elden Ring, obviously. I played that one for the first 5 or 6 months of the year. And then I played Saints Row, which was okay. I didn't hate it like a lot of people. Inventory? I said it? I'm confused. Anyway, Saints Row was okay. I definitely didn't love it, but it didn't let me down because I've never loved any of the Saints Row games. They were all about the same. This new one felt a lot like the old ones. It didn't have as much crazy superpowers as the last two, but it still just felt like a Saints Row game to me. So I wasn't disappointed by it, but I don't love it. You got distracted. You were saying something and then said inventory. Oh, okay. I do that a lot. I get distracted a lot. But, so, other than that, yeah, I played Elden Ring, Saints Row. I played The Last Aura Crew, also didn't care for that game. It was pretty hard to play. I didn't much care for it. I didn't do a review on it just because it's an indie game, and my review would have been very harsh, so I felt like I didn't need to make that review. I don't recommend it to anybody that asks me, but it definitely wasn't a very good game, so I think those are... I'm trying to think of new games that I played this year. I think that's it. And so out of those ones, yes, Elden Ring is definitely the best out of them. So. Borderlands, Carter King says, no pissed, I've waited so long for a good Saints game. Like I said, if you're a huge fan of the Saints Row franchise, I can understand you being more invested in it, but I've played all of them, and I've never been a huge fan of them. They were always just kind of something to do. Fun and stupid is basically how I would describe them.
Take him down with an arrow.
You know.
Certainly. Why
You like his bow model? That's a mod I've got in here. It's just a visual replacement for the yew longbow that makes it look like a historically accurate English warbow. I like it. It's one of the... I've got, I think, like 2 visual replacement mods active in the game at all times, and that's one of them.
See that? Damn, I'm good. Quiet. So, next time...
Studying Gamer says, I'm buying a car next autumn. Also, Blinn is a family-friendly version of Bliat. Oh, okay. That's fair.
After him. Fetch. Mount up, Henry. Chase down that swine.
What car are you buying? I own 2 cars. An SUV and then a regular car. Well, actually, it's not even a regular car. It's a hybrid. What are your thoughts on the AC games? Assassin's Creed? I've played all of them up through... what was the one called in Paris? Unity? I played them all of them up through that one, and then I didn't play Syndicate. and I don't know if any more came out of them, but then I played Origins, and I haven't played any of the other new ones. So, that's what I've played. As far as my opinion on them goes, my favorite one is definitely Black Flag. Oh, I did play Rogue, yeah. I didn't play Rogue when it came out, but I played it since then. I played it, I think, a year ago. I bought it on PC and played it. Hello! Are there more than 2 of them? It's important to loot these guys, because even if you're over encumbered, it doesn't matter, because you just spawn back at Rete afterwards, so you can just get rid of all your excess loot, sell it quick, you know? Anyway, little pro tip there for you. See if there's any chests or anything else we can loot here in camp. Lockpick? Where the heck is Hans Kapan? Oh, there he is. Found him.
Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, so as far as the Assassin's Creed game goes, I like a lot of the early ones. Black Flag is still to this day one of my favorite games.
You turned up uninvited.
I really enjoy it. It's a super fun game. But, like I said, I liked Origins. I just never... I don't like random loot and leveled RPG type games. You know? I don't like that. I think it's lazy, and it's just to try to sell loot boxes. So even though I liked Origins, I didn't play the Greek one or the new Viking one. But, so, yeah, that's my opinion. Gabriel Richter says, that was easy. That was easy. I pushed the easy button beforehand. Black Flags with ships was awesome. Yeah, I agree. Borderlands Carter. That was the thing, is like, the Assassin's Creed parts of Black Flag were fine. They weren't anything special. They were a lot like the other games. Nothing fun. Nothing too crazy, I should say. But the pirate parts, like where you were controlling the ship, was awesome. I still love doing that. Yeah. Definitely not a starting gamer says, I'm buying a beast, a Soviet beast, a Vaz Ziguli Lada Riva. I will have to take your words for that being a Soviet beast, because I definitely don't know. Adam Finan says, I love all of them, but I get what you're saying about laying design. If you did like Black Flag, you'd probably like Odyssey because the pirate part is amazing. Yeah, I remember there being ship combat in there, so... like I said, my thing is just, I don't have an opinion about Odyssey or Valhalla, other than I haven't played them. That's it. Because I did like Origins. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I liked it. I thought it was a good enough game. And I liked the new direction they took the game, and it definitely made it less Assassin's Creed-ish, but it was still fun to play. Like I said, I just don't like random loot games. Any game where the way that you get the next good thing is just by killing enemies and hoping that they drop it, I never like that system. I prefer a system where items are real, they're tangible items. This item has these stats no matter what level you're at, and you can get it at this place. That's the type of game I like. It feels a lot more concrete, and I like that in a game. That's why I love King of Deliverance so much, and other games like it. If you go to this chest in the woods, no matter what points of the game you're at, no matter what level you're at, it will have these items. You know, that's the type of game I like. Borderlands Carter says, yeah, they lost me with the Egyptian one. Like I said, I liked it, but that is the last one I played. Stony Gamer says, it is block, but it's supposed to be. It's Eastern Bloc. Blinn curves, no, those you find on the road, Blinn. Gabriel Richter says, I forged Sir Radzig's sword today. Excellent! You're just getting into the game then. Dave Feckett says, that's nice. I also got back into KCD quite recently. I really do miss playing such a game. Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I talk to people all the time online who have never experienced it. They read a bad review or they saw videos and they didn't think it looked very good. I'm like, you're missing out on one of the best games I've ever played. I love Kingdom Come Deliverance. Borderlands Carter King says, right? Adam Finnan says, yeah, RNG is annoyingly every since MMOs. Valhalla is very much like that. They didn't add New Game Plus because the loot was set in specific spots. I guess it wouldn't have worked out. I don't like RNG. Like I said, I've played plenty of games with RNG components, and I've liked the games. But I think it's a lazy way for games to be designed, and therefore I don't like them. My hair looks all weird, all puffed up.
No doubt you could use another swordsman, Captain.
Weird. Just looks weird on the stream, I guess.
How soon can you leave, Bernard?
As soon as the men are ready, sir.
Good. Wait in the courtyard for Henry. Give him a horse.
I've already got a horse.
His own mount?
His reward for saving Sir Hans. You'll need it.
Nope, don't need it. Already have a horse. And like 50,000 groschen.
I want these culprits in the hands of the executioner.
Swording Gamer says, it's like a tank. You drive into a tree, the tree falls down. You make a fire, you drive to a moose, moose dead. You make shashlik. Well, that's good. My first vehicle ever, back when I was a wee little 16-year-old. How's the crafting system in KCD? Well, as far as crafting goes, it's really just the only thing that you quote-unquote craft is, where's Pebbles? Why isn't my bow on me? That's weird, my bow was unequipped. I gotta put Pebbles down.
Don't move a finger. Surrender. You'll have to answer for your
They don't like that I killed Pebbles. Potions, yeah, that's the only crafting. I keep getting distracted. Alright. Look at that! I even got out of it. Alright, let's loot this stupid horse. A lot of people like Pebbles. I'm not sentimental, though. Come here, Yenda. Let's ride you down to the trader quick so I can sell this stuff and then get going with this mission. I'm too overloaded to mount up! Dang. Food. Oh, yeah, you can craft food too in this game. That's fair. Gabriel Richter says, what I mean is that I forged Sir Radzig's sword in real life. That's cool. Do you have a video of that? Because that would be something I'd watch. Reputation lost. I suppose they're going to ride away without me. Sorry, buddy. I got to get rid of all this extra loot. Yeah, look at that. He's going to be waiting at Neuhof for me, and he's going to be all mad at me. Hey, why weren't you there? Blah, 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 blah. Objective. Mount your new horse. Horse is fat shaming me. Yeah, that's not body positive, Yenda. I feel like you should let me get on top of you no matter how fat and heavy I am. And how much extra armor I'm carrying. Yes, Gabriel Richter, that's cool. If you forged Sir Radzig's sword in real life, you could either pop into my Discord server and just share a picture of the sword. That would be cool. Or, if you've got a video of the forging process, you could share that in there. There we go. Trade. Let's see what we can sell this yet. Sell all these arrows. What's he got? Oh, he's got 4.4. Nice. We'll sell him all the stuff we can. We'll keep the potions. He probably won't take the horse meat. But we can sell the fly Garrick. We got to get our weight down a little bit. That's all I'm trying to do. Got a lot of Valerian. We'll sell him that. Probably don't need 54 bandages. We'll sell, I don't know, 44 of them. Keeping 10 on us is probably more than enough. Decorated silver goblet. We don't need that. Yeah.
That's stolen.
Ah! What was stolen? I'm not a YouTuber, says Gabriel Richter. Well, like I said, you could take a picture of the sword and just share that in the Discord server. I'd love to take a look at it. I gotta try selling everything again. Well, that arrow was stolen. Was that really what he was stopping it about? The one... It's not even stolen. I shot a horse and I took my arrow back out of the horse. Oh, the plane... That saddle and bridle is probably what it is. Fine. Did I sell any of this stuff? No, I think I kept all that on me. I have to do 44 of these again. Oop. That. Sell all these hair pelts. Silver goblet and the Valerian. There we go. I'm still overburdened. Oh, it's probably the horse meat. Let's just drop that. Goodbye, horse meat. Jonas Goldendick. I said Jonas. Jonas Goldendick says, how can I be this late to my fellow Scani streamer? I know, Jonas. What the heck? I've been talking it up the whole time. Like, where the heck is Jonas? I've been waiting for Jonas for so long. Glad that you were able to join. We're not that late. We're only 45 minutes into the stream, so that's not too terribly late. Inventory, the game. Gabriel Richter says, well, I need a new forge, and I heat treated the sword wrong, so I'm going to try to make a new one. Well, you can keep me updated on the process. I've always been interested in forging. It's something that I've always wanted to get into. I plan to, at some point, build my own forge so I can try it out, but haven't gotten around to it yet. Mostly these days I'm wood crafting, so. Please, I would love to see it. Can you use it, or is it just for your inventory slot? Yeah. No, I think that blacksmithing is it's one of my favorite content type things to watch on YouTube. See, look at this. They're all mad at me, and he's gonna yell at me when I get there, but look at this. They are still riding there. I will pass all of them. I will get to Neuhof before the entire group, and I'll still be yelled at, because they're going to be like, you kept us waiting, and I'll be like, I was the one here, buddy. How did you heat treat? Your sword, Gabriel Richter. Say, look. There's Captain Bernard. We are passing him. We are going to get there first, and he's still going to be mad at me. How have I not been to Neuhof yet? Look, a dead horse. Wonder how that horse died. This is one of the several missions in the game where there are, like, timed portions to the game. So each step of the mission has a thing that if you don't do it quick enough or whatever, you get yelled at. Gabriel just says he will remake it for y'all. Thank you. Yeah, there's a channel called That Works, and they're Baltimore Knife and Sword. They make really good content on YouTube. I love watching their videos, and they'll make weapons from
Where's your master?
video games, movies, TV shows, all that sort of stuff all the time, and they're really cool. On every single video that I watched of theirs, which is like 100+ videos, I've commented, "Do Sir Radzig's sword from Kingdom Come Deliverance," but they've never made it. Apparently not enough people have requested it, so it's something I've always wanted to see them do. Bullet 315 says, I have also been wanting to get into blacksmithing. I have the forge and an anvil, just not time. Yeah, I've obviously got a workshop, I've got tools, I have an anvil, I've got a bunch of different hammers, even one that is specifically a blacksmithing hammer. I bought it from a estate sale. So I've got quite a few of the things. I don't have a forge yet. I've done goldsmithing and I've done a lot of metalworking in general, but I've never done actual blacksmithing. So, Crazy D Entertainment says, my neighbor was a modern-day blacksmith. His work was magnificent. It's something that's really cool to watch, and when you see a talented person like a master smith, they're so good. They can make amazing stuff. Jonas Goldendick says, I think that horse rider had a limp, so they had to put him down. That makes sense. Pezzer says, damn, I love this game. Still, after I installed my 3090 Ti and cranked it to the max, I about pooped my pants. That RTX lighting, though. Yeah, I've got a 3080 Ti in here, and you can make the game look absolutely beautiful. And there's some sweet graphical update mods that you can get off of the Nexus that help tweak it even more, and it looks incredible.
Any horses?
Stunning Gamer says, imagine for me once that you walk in downtown Rete and you see a man shoot a horse, butcher that horse, then you walk more and see 176 pieces of meat. Yeah, immersive. Dr. Zadin says, you missed my super chat. Oh, you got another one. He chatted €2 and says, thoughts on Berserk. I don't have any thoughts on Berserk. I'm not sure what that is. Is it a video game?
These are dark days when there's more kindness in horses than in...
My guess would be it's some sort of a Viking-style combat game. I haven't played it for sure. It's possible that I've seen stuff about it. People send me trailers and stuff all the time, so it's possible that I've heard of it. I just don't remember. But no, I don't have any thoughts. What are your thoughts on Berserk?
Has anyone tried to
Gabriel Richter says, I forgot I was just so excited to make it. That's fair. Pezzer says, good for you getting into the hobby slash blacksmithing, whatever. Blacksmithing's cool. Adam Finnan says, I've done a lot of metal polishing and welding. I'm sure blacksmithing would come easy. I did a lot of welding. Initially, that was my career plan, because I did all the shop classes in school, and then I got into the advanced ones, and then I did it in the local tech college, the advanced welding program there. I was really good at welding and metalworking in general, so my plan was to go be a certified welder, but then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that as a job. I still like doing it on the side and making stuff and everything as a hobby.
What the hell use are you? You stay here.
The hell use are you? Q, Bernard. Oh, man. Adam Finnan says, a lot of the tools and dimensions are the same, just different materials. That's fair. Dave Zilla says, I'm back. What happened to The Witcher? Oh, that's right, Dave Zilla. We were streaming The Witcher when you had to leave. Yeah, so what happened was, it is broken as hell on PC. So I had to I saved the game, and you can watch the stream, like I'll have the video up on YouTube. It got so janky, the frame rate dropped to like a couple frames a second. It was bad. And so I had to save and quit, and I started up a new stream instead, because I planned on live streaming today. So yeah, that's what happened to The Witcher. Stonian Gamer says, let's go, I got my money. Nice. Borderlands Carter King says, it's broken. Yes, that is pointed towards Dave Zilla. I love metal and woodworks. Me too. It's great to be able to make stuff and see how it is. I don't love you, Captain Bernard. I think you're kind of a dick, and all that.
Why would anyone do that?
Why would anyone do that? Maybe they don't like horses.
They really did slaughter them. Why would anyone do that? Smell. The stud farm owner.
Smill.
I saw him
What
in
a cool
Skalitz few
name.
times.
Adam Finnan says, yes, I took masonry and carpentry, and I never cared to work as a bricklayer. I just enjoy making my own projects for places, tables. I want to build a pizza stove in my backyard. I've considered building like a stone fire pizza oven. I think that'd be cool.
I can come back later.
I know what you mean, Adam Finnan. I've considered making one before. I still might, eventually. That's the thing. I liked learning how to do all that stuff. I liked learning how to do, like, landscaping work and all that, you know, all the woodworking, all the metalworking. I liked learning how to do all that stuff, so now I know how to do it, and I can do it, but I don't want to do it as a job. You know? Same thing for, like, I've learned a little bit of how to do, like, electrical work. Like an electrician, and a little bit of plumbing work, but I would never want to be an electrician or a plumber. We have a saying in Estonia, Param olla auto pediku nisama ped, means it's better to be a car guy than just... No, that did not mean to offend anyone. Yeah, I'm sure that might offend some people. I have a lot of friends that are car guys, but I am not a car guy. I was when I was younger. I was more into cars when I was younger, but as I got older, I realized that cars are just a hole to throw money into. And they're very, very good at getting rid of that money.
Where did you hear this?
If I didn't need to go anywhere, I definitely would not have a car. If I could teleport, I mean, like, if I had the ability to teleport wherever I wanted in the world, I wouldn't own a car.
You remember where you heard the noise come from then?
Gabriel Richter says, sorry, I got to go, but I will try to make the sword again. See you all. See you, Gabriel Richter. Good luck on the sword.
Did you get a look at them?
Pezzer says, you will again during midlife crisis. Trust me. That's fair. I might. And I'm a huge fan of, like, classic muscle cars. That's the only type of car that I would say I am into. So if I have them, like, if you ever see me driving down the road and I look 20 years older and I'm driving like a 1969 Pontiac GTO or something like that, you should know that my midlife crisis has officially arrived.
From what I've heard, Mark was the first one to wait.
Adam Finnan says, I mean, I enjoyed Hot Wheels and RC toys, maybe the Lego with wheels. I would have... I liked the Legos that I had as a kid, but I didn't have many because I was what some people would call a poor. So Legos are a little bit out of the price range. Which reminds me of one of my favorite American Dad jokes. There's this one time where Stan gets knocked out and he wakes back up and he thinks it's like the future. And he's like, what year is it? Are Legos affordable again? And I thought that was a really funny joke. Adam Finnan says, yeah, my first car was a Prelude and I ran it into the ground. Now I have a nice minivan and I'm going to convert to a semi-home away from home. That's fair. My first vehicle, which I started the story a while ago and never finished it, back when I was 16, I bought a 1985 Ford F-250. It was a two-wheel drive. It had the 6.9-liter diesel in it. Regular cab, so, you know, big, long bed, very little seating space. That vehicle was awesome. It was an awesome car. Our vehicle, I should say, because it was a truck. I loved it. It got like 26 miles to the gallon, too, because it was those classic diesel engines that got pretty solid mileage. I loved that vehicle. And then after that, I switched to I bought a 2001 F350 and it had the 7.3 diesel in it, which is like one of the best diesel engines ever made. And I loved that vehicle. I fixed it up. I did a bunch of body work on it. Did the rhino liner on the side panels that gave it that cool kind of rough and rugged look. I had the plastic bed liner in there. I It had a leveling kit on it. Look at that, some blood. It was awesome. It looked sick when I got done with it. I had the aluminum billet grill on the front. Loved it. And I had my first kid while I owned that vehicle, and it was fine because it was an extended cab, so we could fit a car seat in the back. But then my wife got pregnant with our second kid, and I was like, we can't fit 2 car seats in this truck. And so I sold it, and I bought my first SUV. And ever since then, I have not been that into vehicles. I have what some would say is too many Legos. I have a cousin that had tons of Legos, because I was jealous. Stony Gamer says, EU has some cool Ford models we never got. Australia, too. Not my favorite YouTuber now. Fords suck. Was I your favorite YouTuber before?
One I never.
Of course I'm overburdened again. This punk. Can I talk to this guy? Well, I'm not going to then. Because I'm not going to want to walk back out here. And boop. There we go. Bloody horse pick. Hoof pick.
Someone in
Noise.
know more about it.
JK. Yeah, and I drive a fast VW now. I commented on everything. Ooh, good. Borderlands Carter King. It's possible that I've seen your comments then, if you commented on everything. Bullet says Ford is life. I've owned multiple different brands of vehicles, and obviously I know tons of people with other stuff. One of my cousins that I hang out with a lot recently bought a really nice condition Chevy pickup truck. It actually, I thought it was much newer than it was. When he said he bought it for $5,000, I was like the down payment on it? And he's like, no, cash. I was like, what year is it? He's like, 2009. I was like, oh, I guess. And it had some higher miles, but it's an 8-cylinder, and it's in great shape. But yeah, no, like I said, I've driven all sorts of them, used all kinds of them, owned several different ones. My experiences with Fords has been great. I've never had anything serious to complain about them. I've only had one serious mechanical issue with one of my Fords that I've owned, and it was a 2010 Ford Fusion that I had. Twin turbo V6 in that thing. That thing had balls, but it was fast. And it wasn't a problem with the car itself. It was that I ran it out of oil, basically, and I wrecked the engine in it. So that was on me, not the car. But, what do we see there? Why end the suffering of that unhonorable pig? Bullets are cool AF. How is the carry weight in this game? I hated the weight limit and outward. I hate weight limits in general, but I get it's part of the immersion. It's definitely a lower one because they're going for realism, but
There were bandits here. Right there to the north.
you can obviously do all sorts of stuff to. You could get mods that make it bigger or whatever. You do all sorts of stuff. But anyway,
The other was already dying. He had this on him.
it's definitely low.
From the stud farm.
All right, ask the folk here about it. I'll take
Borderlands Carter King says sticking it to the algorithm. That's the way to do it. Definitely not a Stonian Gamer says my mom and thus me drives an Opel Insignia front-wheel drive diesel manual station wagon. Fun. Renexu says I like Ford even with all the problems I've had with them. Who's this guy? Jakob.
Another useless soldier comes to
I'm not useless. That's just rude.
What's wrong with your arm?
You ever play The Legend of the Dragoon? I have not.
Needs to be cleaned out and bandaged.
My dad's 2010 F-150 has gone through 4 new engines in the last 2 years. To be fair,
What do you need to know?
the series of, like, trucks they had there from, like... It might have started in 2010, but it's right there around 2010. You can tell the real distinctive body style. From what I understand, they had a lot of problems. The newer ones are performing a lot better, and the ones before that were pretty dang good. I know that the last... So, like, that series of trucks there from, like, 2010 to, I don't know, or maybe it was 2009 to 2013 or something like that, had a lot of issues. But then, before that, the worst reputation for Ford trucks was, like, I think it was 91 to 96. Had another ones that were just bad. Had a lot of electrical issues with the 90s trucks. The 5.4 Triton sucks. I've heard that. I've heard the 5.4 is a real bad engine.
I think that's where it's gone.
Where's that?
No idea.
Estonian Gamer says, my grandfather has a midlife crisis. He has 2 Toyota Land Cruisers. I feel like vehicles and the prestige of types of vehicles is different in Estonia than here in the United States. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from you there, Estonian Gamer. One is a 1976 Willys-style green renovated. Pretty.
He always went by the big through the woods in the day.
No,
How can I find them? There's always
Borderlands Carter King says, yeah, the 5.4 has weak plug threads and shoot spark plugs easy. Yeah, I've heard, like I said, I've heard bad things about it. I had a buddy who had it was an earlier model, but it had the 5.4 in it, and he had problems with it. I mean, he drove it for like 450,000 miles, so, you know. Not nearly as bad as some things could be, but, yeah, I've had good experiences. Ginger in a pickle. I've had good experiences with the Fords I've owned. Like I said, the only one of them that I ever had a serious problem with was my fault. It wasn't the car's fault. I'm the one who ran it out of oil and didn't replace it, and blew the engine on it. That was on me. And then there's things like my brother's got a much newer Chevy pickup truck. It's like a 2018, 2019, something like that. It's pretty new. And he just this year had to pay like $5-6 grand to replace the transmission on it because the transmission on it got blew out. And it's not like he was pulling campers or something with it or something heavy. He was just using it for everyday use. So, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know of any? Thank you.
Take care now.
Dave Zill says, I hate this kid. He's a poop stain.
How could anyone be so
I'm just assuming you're talking about Ginger.
cruel? How could anyone be so
How could anyone be so cruel? Let's get... Ah, there you are, horsey. Alright, now let's see if I can remember which charcoal burners they are at. Alrighty. We've got... What's this? That's the... Go for your prize. Why, did I win the tourney? Question the charcoal burners in the south. That's not the one he flees to. I want to say the one he flees to is up here somewhere. I think it's these ones. Yeah, I think it's over here. So we're gonna head up. Where are we now? We're in Neuhof. We're gonna go that way past the inn on the green. Because I think that's the one where he flees to. This should be the right way to go. Like I said, I like the hardcore mode in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think it's mostly well balanced out. What if that was Ginger? Just walking on the road. You could catch him that quickly. That would be excellent. But I don't love the removing the directions from the compass. I don't get that. Yeah, I get taking like the markers off the map and all that sort of stuff. That's fine. It plays into the immersion and definitely makes it feel like it's a little bit harder to navigate. But not knowing the direction is a bit annoying. I mean, you still can do it because the sun still rises and sets, and it rises in the east and sets in the west. So, you know, it's not impossible to navigate, but I do like having the compass for it. Dave Zill says, on the road to Talmberg, I thought, no. Yeah, that's where we're going. Like I said, if you go past the inn on the glade here, between there and Talmberg, there's... Because the charcoal burners are these stacks of smoke. That's how you find them. Or maybe it's here. Camp. Well, we're going to go here. No, you know what? I think it might be over here. Crap. Well, we'll find out. We'll find them. I'm not worried. I think we're going in the right direction. That's Rate over there, so the inn must be... Yep, there's the inn. There's an inn, there's an inn, there's a merry old inn. Estonian Gamer says, my man, would anyone in 1415 or whatever have a compass? I think the compass was invented in, like, the 900s, maybe? I'd have to look it up to be sure. But, like, the magnetic compass is not an incredibly new creation. I'm not saying it would be common, but it existed as far as I know. So it's possible that you could have a compass. But also, like I said, you could just simulate the fact that Henry knows the direction based on the sun rising and setting and all that sort of stuff. Those trees there look like they might be hiding some sort of a camp. I always get suspicious when I see the treed-off walled areas like that. Well, we've got a fence of some sort. You wouldn't happen to have good specs for the weapons in Bannerlord crafting-wise. What do you mean by specs? Like, recommendations for what to craft? I can't recite them from memory, but I can craft good weapons in Bannerlord. The big thing is just getting your level up and unlocking the parts. Once you've unlocked all the parts, if you can do tier 5 parts, that's what you want to do. Ooh, what have we got here? Some sort of a camp. Want to make OP stuff this go around. Haven't seen them. Look at that. Cumin camp. Let's see if I die. Ooh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have started this before I saved. Because I haven't saved for a while and I really don't want to have to redo that hunting mission. I mean, an inland peasant have a compass. Also, yeah, compass is an old thing. Yeah, like I said, they've existed for a long time. I'm not saying it's likely that Henry would have a compass. I'm just saying they do exist. Or as far as I know, they did exist at this time. And, like I said, even if you're not saying that he has a compass, the immersion of the game or whatever, like the headcanon or whatever you want to call it, you could just say that Henry knows the direction you're going in because he can look at the sun and you know, determine all that sort of stuff. And so that's why we can see the direction on our compass, you know. It's just a gameplay element at that point. They were used for sailing for a long time before, but honestly, a guy like Henry wouldn't have one. Yeah, like I said, I agree. I agree with that point. If you're just saying from a pure in-game way, yes, he would not possess a compass. It's very doubtful. You'd have to come up with some sort of a really fancy explanation for why on earth he would have one. I assume it would just be, ooh, I leveled up warfare. Oh, I can't. Apparently I've used, or like, apparently I don't have room for the skills. So let's move as much stuff as we can to the horse. Horse can't carry anymore. The horse is apparently full up on... What the heck? We must have done like a run before we... That's annoying. I should have checked that before I left Rete. It's okay, let's pick this chest and we'll put all the stuff in here. Inventory. Oh boy. Yeah, we sure were building up a stash on us, weren't we? Stunning Yammer says, Czechia is like, what, 500 kilometers away from the sea, is it not? And why would anyone have a compass that is not by the sea? Yeah. Like I said, if you really wanted to create it, writing an excuse for that isn't hard. All you'd have to do is be like, hey, look at this visitor. He's just, like, he's this Norse trader, and he's been doing sea crossings or whatever, and he's got this compass. Would you like to buy it? Like I said, you could... We're gonna save the game quick. Because I just ran into another camp. That guy called me a beefcake? Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, for the length of crafting in Bannerlord, the biggest problem with that is... if you edit the length on most of the items, you get weird visual glitches with the weapons. Man, I'm glad I saved. I'm gonna die, but that's okay, because I saved. Man, I'm so glad I saved! To be fair, most people have really good internal compass by default. That's what I'm saying. If you're aware of your surroundings and landmarks and like you've lived in an area for a long time, you know the direction of things. I can like look outside and without thinking about it, I could tell you the direction anywhere around here, or like I could be driving anywhere in my home county here, and I always know what direction is north, south, east, and west without having to even think about it. Get the stupid dogs right away. Knee-chalk, knee-chalk. Me boy. Ha-ha! We got one of the toughest ones right away, one shot. Ooh, good, we got the second one, even though we were getting punched in the back. Ha-ha-ha! We're doing better this time around, aren't we? Oh, we missed that shot, didn't we? I think this is the last guy. Haha! I believe it was. Nice. Well, we're not finding Ginger very fast, but we're cleaning out lots of cumin camps, which is always good. Borderlands Carter King says, hey, the Consguard. Yes, the Consguard, it's one of the reasons I like the Consguard in Bannerlord so much. They remind me of cumins from this game. Especially with the pointy mask helmet. Oh, look! We weren't done. Oh, let's get our bow drawn. Let's do this. Ah, beauty. It's only once you go into cities that your internal compass becomes unreliable. That's true. Once I get surrounded by buildings and stuff like that, it's much harder to just automatically have that innate knowledge built in. You guys see how slick we cleared out that cumin camp? If you ignore the fact that we had to do a quick, a save and restart and we died the first time around, that was really impressive. If you don't ignore that, we're not friends anymore. I'm just kidding. We were never friends. Now, I believe everybody's dead. We can loot this last guy and store all of their stuff in a chest. Didn't I kill a guy down here? Or did I just shoot him? I could swear I killed a guy down here before we started that whole fight. I must have missed. There's a chest. Most impressive. See? I'm glad we could agree on that. Store all this stuff for later. I'll probably never remember to come back here and get it all, but if I do. Save the food and stuff. Alright. Let's put some of this extra looty type stuff in here too. We don't need all that weight on us. Crazy D Entertainment. You know that it was impressive. Alright, let's take a break to quick eat some food, get our nourishment up, and oh, apparently we didn't need to. Now we're stuffed, which is always good. Borderlands Carter King says, I'm using Flessin 19's build and using all Consguard this go-around. Pretty OP, I just want a good glaive so I can be like the Consguard. Yeah, no, I get it. Obviously, the Consguard are ridiculously overpowered. I was thinking about doing a video going over like my picks for the 5 most overpowered troops in the game, if you just want to play the game on easy mode. Obviously, the videos I made ranking the troop types kind of get you there, but there's a difference between the best archer in the game and the most OP troops in the game. So, I know that for sure the Consguard and the Battanian Fine Champions would be on there, because you can go up against basically any army in Bannerlord. If you've got a full army of either of those troop types, you can annihilate them. They're ridiculously good in any scenario. Basically, hey, look at that, we found them anyway. My standard for what would be considered an OP troop is, can you just take an army of 300 of that unit type and just F1, F3 and still win? Estonian Gamer says, I haven't played Mountain Blade in a long time. You should play it. I've recently been playing it a lot. And so if you're interested in it, you'd be able to watch lots of videos on it on my channel about it.
Well, if you go south,
I know where Neuhof is. Alright, thank you.
This guy's a liar. Because I'm quite certain this is the correct camp. Crazy D donated $2. Look at that! We got another super chat. We're getting lots of super chats today. Got one from Crazy D Entertainment who super chatted $2. Thank you a lot.
Why don't you try Neuhof? He was there, but now everyone says he's hiding.
Only 200 and taking on 800 plus. I mean, obviously it depends the amount you're doing, but Consguard are ridiculous. These guys are a bunch of liars. A bunch of dirty, rotten liars.
Jesus Christ.
One of them will tell me the right answer.
About Ginger.
I might have heard something.
That depends.
A bit of silver now.
That story about 30 pieces of silver.
Well, then it will have to be more.
What about that? That's a poor offer.
A poor offer. I offered you 23.5 groschen.
Is this enough?
Come now.
Oh, fine. I'll give you 25.5.
Not bad. Ginger has 2 mates. Twins who are keeping him hidden.
Where do they take the food?
I don't know. I didn't follow them.
Thank you. That's helpful.
Alright, well, he told us. Did I talk to this guy yet? Yes, I talked to him. Talked to him. Charcoal burner spokesman.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Estonian gamer beat him up.
Maybe you should keep an eye on your men. Wanna...
What?
So you are hiding him here. Stop messing me around and tell me everything you know.
I understand, but look, other people have been asking.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go kill the raiders that are looking for him too.
Look like killers. If you can get them out of the way, then I'll.
Buddy, I'm a killer. I've killed like a dozen people on the way here.
But I don't know where to look for them.
They're always wandering about here. Their hideout must be somewhere nearby. They came here from the east, across the bridge, threw their weight around, and then went back the same way. And I know of only one place in that direction.
What place is that?
There was a camp between here and the charcoal burners in the east. They're most likely there. We'll lead you.
That's fair. I'll look for them.
He said we'll lead you.
True man, may the Lord watch over you.
You gonna lead me? Alright. You gotta go look for those punks. Dr. Zouden says Butter Knights. Yeah, the Battanian... No, not Battanian. Well, I mean, yeah. If we're talking OP units, Battanian Fine Champions are ridiculous. The Khuzait Khan's Guard are ridiculous. The Vlandian Banner Knights are pretty ridiculous. There's quite a few of them that are just super OP. And you can make a full dedicated army of them, and it'll perform shockingly well. What have we got here? Is this a dead person? She won't need these Groshen or dried fruits, will she? Sorry, lady. I didn't trust that guy. Ruffian. At least there's one honest fella out here. I don't know if he was honest. I had to bribe him for him to tell me, but I can never... This is the one thing I hate about this mission. I can never find... I shouldn't say never, because I might. Oh, I'm a minute behind. I sometimes struggle to find the camp, but it feels like I'm not going to struggle this time, because this kind of looks like it. Oh, that's just a poacher. Dang. I shot first and asked questions later. Well, we'll take his dried stuff. His Groshen. Sorry, mate. I'm not really sorry. I don't care that much. I'm not playing as good guy Henry on this playthrough, so... How do I find their camp? That could be it over there. I seem to remember them being in, like, a little cluster of trees. Well, let's find out. Is there anybody here? More humans, huh? On the bright side, I'm really reducing the human population of these woods. Shot that guy right in the stomach.
Hey,
Oops. I thought he was going to go to the... Oh, there's another human! Look at that! Ah! Missed my shot. I don't understand Hungarian. Oh, no! Oh, no! What the nay? We got him. Why are you running away? Why are you running? Well, he'll be back, and in greater numbers. Getting a little congested. And now that we mentioned it, I am getting a little hungry. I wouldn't say that I feel quite hungry, but I'm peckish. I could eat. We'll quick get all this stuff in here. And we'll keep looking for the camp. So guys, what's your advice? How do I find these guys? I know they're up here in the woods somewhere. Like I said, I think I remember them hiding in like a little circle of bushes like this. But whenever I do this, humans are plentiful today. Yeah, they do appear to be so. Everywhere I walk in the woods here, I run into another little camp of them. Oh, there we've got something. Got a little camp over here. There's that human that ran away. Found him right quick. Got him in the arm. That's a kill shot. Let's grab his ear. Our piercing arrow. Get our Groshen. Does he have any dried food? No, he does not. Alright. This is a little camp. Not the one we're looking for. Oh, no, we're stuck. There we go. I'm sure I've went too far, so I'll have to keep sweeping around. Like I said, this is what always takes me so long in this mission, is I can never find their camp right. It's especially bad in hardcore mode, where I can't set markers, because if I can do that... I love the wounding arrows. I like the better piercing arrows, because they allow me to, with a strong enough bow, get headshots on people with good helmets and kill them in one shot. So that's why I like to go with the better piercing arrows. The wounding arrows are nice, because you wound them and then they bleed out. So it definitely depends on your strategy. Alright. I haven't seen any comments coming up to inform me that I'm looking in just the wrong location. If I just head a little bit further this way or that way, that I'll find it right away. Because like I said, I remember them hiding in like a cluster of trees or bushes. That's it though. Oh, thought I saw someone over there. We'll find them. Well, let's check the map. Wood charcoal burners are down here. Could be this camp. I feel like it's somewhere in here. Hypermapping says butter is horrendous. Hypermapping is not a fan of Vlandia. He does not like Vlandia. He makes that very clear on every video I upload on the channel. I disagree. I'm a pretty big fan of butter. I think that's some good stuff. In fact, it's probably my favorite food. It's a rundown cabin all grown up in the woods. Yeah, I know where Ginger is. I want to find the... well, I shouldn't say I know where Ginger is. I know that from the camp you just go up the hill and you can find it pretty easily. I'm trying to find the people that are looking for him, the two, like, bandits that want to kill him. Because I want to take them out first. I know they're somewhere over here. I just don't know where. Because that's on the other side. That's if you go up the hill from the charcoal burners camp, not across the river like I did. Ooh, the bandits. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every time I've played through the game, which is a lot of times, I've played this game a lot. Every single time I have trouble with this part of the mission. Because it always takes me so long to find them. Well, we're back at this spot. The poacher that we killed. There's the charcoal burners camp. Over there. Maybe we could... These two are so forgettable. I know! That's what I said. I always, no matter how much I play the game, I always struggle to find these guys. I know that they're not crazy far away from the charcoal burners camp. They're somewhere over here. I feel like I just went too steep. I have to go further in. Mark Peg says, where are you going? I'm looking for the bandits that are also looking for Ginger. There's a hidden path between the charcoal burners and the logging camp that will lead right to them, if I remember. Kill Ginger. I do not want to kill Ginger, Dr. Zowden. It's somewhere over here. I think you're right, Zeus. I think there is. Well, because that's the charcoal burners and this is the logging camp, right? So it is somewhere in here. He's going to Vlandia. Vlandia is the Ohio of Calradia. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't have very developed opinions about Ohio. Yes, I think Zeus is right. We're looking for a hidden path somewhere up over here. Like I said, I can picture the location where they're hiding. It's in one of the, like, denser clumps of trees where you have to go in from a certain area. And there's two of them in there and a couple tents, and I remember what it looks like. I just don't... I never remember how to find it. Ooh, that felt good. Got a good crack out of my neck there. So easy to get lost in the forest. Follow the main road? Why don't you want me to just run off into the... Is this the main road down here, the one along the river? Because I will do as you command, Redneck Zeus. If you say that it's the easy way. So I follow the road, and then you said it's a hidden path off to the right. So I'll just keep going until I find a hidden path. Could it be... it doesn't really look like a path. Where? Well, that's not a path either. You'll have to tell me when I get to it, Zeus. And if there's any sort of a delay at all, you'll have to tell me, go back! You passed it. This kind of looks like a path. But I don't think it is. Too far? Am I too far? Oh, of course, I can't tell where I am. It says I'm still in the... Here's a path. This could be it. We'll find out. It says I'm still in the search area, so I don't think I've gone too far. This feels right. It feels like I'm in the right spot. I hear talking. We found it. Thank you for the advice, Zeus.
What was that noise?
Think they'll want to talk?
Mother of God!
That would be Mary. Ah, I missed.
Oh dear, that hurt?
Oh dear. Well, we killed him. Now we'll take all their crap. Suspicious man-at-arms. I like how he's suspicious. Ooh, a Bardiche. Nice. What's this guy got? Mercenary's bedfellow. Of course, of course. We'll have to store some of this extra crap in here. It's always nice having chests of full armor and weapons and other stuff scattered around the woods. Alright. Now we just gotta get back to the charcoal burners. Good find. Well, it was mostly because Zeus and Mark Pegs told me to go back. Ohioan infantry versus Floridian cavalry. Nice one, hypermapping. You don't know how happy I am that I was right. Well, Zeus, I'm glad you were right. Whoa! Look at that. Another battle. I know what to do. Don't forget your apples. Yeah. Will I get what for? I don't want what for. It sounds bad. Is that guy a guard? How did I miss? He was not even 3 feet in front of me. Aha! Come on, pal. Ah! He's gonna give me what for? He yields, does he? Not today, Junior. Whew. That was close. He almost gave me what for. Let's go to food. Nah, I don't want any of that. But I'll take that and his goblet. Don't want to overload on useless loot. But I do like to take my arrows, the groschen, and whenever there's dried goods. Oh wait, did I take his groschen? I did. Alright. Crazy D says, what for? Yeah, I don't like it when people give me what for. I'd rather they give me other things. Yes, it is thanks to Zeus Caboose and to a lesser extent Mark Pegs that we were able to find those people finally. I always wander around the woods way too long looking for them. Alright, let's go tell our bros if he's probably asleep. He's gonna be like, what the hell? It's basically midnight. Can't you tell? It's so dark. Or they all left. They're like, quick, while that guy's gone, let's beat a hasty escape. Charcoal burner twin. He's the one who takes some food. We want to talk to the spokesman. There we go. What for? AIDS? No, Dr. Zowden. I think I'd rather have what for than that. Dried mushrooms are love fuel for the mill wench. This is true. I think Ginger's little cabin is somewhere up here. I don't remember it being particularly hard to find. I think it's the same thing as before. There's a little hidden path off of this path that leads to it. There it is. There's our hidden path. Not super hidden, but slightly hidden. I hope. Feels like I've been riding longer than I should have. Oh, yeah, I think we're doing it. There's our cabin. Look at that. Perfect find. Did you see Lady Steph yet? A wink wink. Yes, I did. We did that a couple episodes ago in the live stream. Look at that. We found him first try. That was smooth.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask
I think you know what I want. A wink wink.
why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time.
Why did you run? Lady Steph equals Vlandian. Hypermapping? What is up with you, man? First of all, what's with the hatred for Vlandia? I like Vlandia. They're a fun faction to play as. Second of all, what's wrong with Lady Steph other than the fact that she's an adulterous whore?
I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
Your love child will be the KCD2 main character. That could be fun.
Charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
Mark Peg says love Vlandia.
Only that he's from
Mark
Uzbek,
Pegs
and he
knows.
has a limp.
Limpy Lubosh?
What can you tell me about him? How do you
I'm
know?
sure he will be in good spirits when we finally come across him.
Playing dice and boozing.
And...
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village. But that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it.
I didn't stab him.
I don't know his
Hypermaps is a secret son of
He
Derthart.
has a limp.
Ah, now I get it. Colin Dean says this brings back memories. Renix Zeus says Lady Steph is mid, whatever the hell that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Exactly what happened.
From context, I would guess it means middle? Like okay, not great.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get bored.
Redneck Zeus, I am not the person to clarify on what the youths say. Colin Dean says means average. That makes sense. Like I said, from context, middle, like the mean, median, and mode, makes sense that it would be right there in the middle. Better be fatherless than having Derthart as my father. Yeah, hypermapping really doesn't like Vlandia. He hates Lyanna, he hates Derthart, he doesn't like Butter, which is just wild.
Then the slaughtering started.
Teresa is based. Well, if I'm choosing between him and here, I obviously pick Teresa. She's got them good birthing hips. She's not afraid to save you from being murdered by a bunch of bandits. She puts out just the right amount. You got to get to know her. You got to court her. She's got to have belief that you're going to be like the husband for her. But she's also not a prude. She's willing to drop down on you. And that's good. You got to have that middle of the road. You don't want her to be a whore.
And I had that thing in my hand.
A whore, as Frank Reynolds would say.
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast. I did what he said and hit.
And then?
Let's skip this. Blah, 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 blah. What about the others? Skip, 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 skip.
Do you know what?
Skip, 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 skip. Skip, 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 skip. Okay. We now should have enough, I know enough.
Everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Teresa is based. Again, based. I'm pretty sure I know what that means, just from context, because I've seen it used a lot, but,
I'd like to go
I know it's a good thing. Being based is good. That's a good thing. It's not a negative thing. Mid is negative, apparently.
They're out of the way.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. You'd think mid would be mid.
Really? That's great. But
What?
What?
Just try. And you...
I...
Look at that. We've done it. Woohoo! Based is the antonym of Lyanna. Yeah, see? He hates Lyanna. Not a fan, hypermapping. Not a fan. I'm biased because I obviously like Vlandia, so I don't have beef with Lyanna. What's best is whenever you're talking to any of the high-level spouses or spouse characters and you're trying to get them to marry you, you get to the point where they're like, I don't know how to say this, but I am not physically attracted to you or whatever, and you get the options for what to say. I like it when I'm able to use the, well, my love for you is strong enough that maybe someday you'll also love me, and they actually will accept that, and they're like, oh, I'm glad to hear you say that. Because then it doesn't feel... Because if you use the other ones where it's like, who cares about love? This is just a political arrangement. And then you're like, yeah, woohoo. I'm very happy with this marriage. Or, what's the other one? I don't like you either, but let's do this, or something like that. Hard for me to remember all of the options, but my favorite one is when you can get the other one to succeed so it doesn't feel like you're just trapped in a loveless marriage with, like, a overly shrewish woman. Dave Zill says, if I'm honest, my favorite culture to play with is Azurai. I don't know. It would be hard for me to say favorite for sure. If I did, it would probably be Vlandia, but I've played so many different playthroughs as each and every culture, and enjoyed all of them to certain extents. And look at that, Lexi1397 popping in and saying hello. Hello, 1397. It's been a while. Stream's been going on for a long time without a mod, and we haven't had a single sex bot or anything that needed the ban hammer dropped on them. It's been mostly pleasant. Dave Zill says, I farmed the Jawal clans for an intimidating camel cavalry. That's my one criticism of the Azurai, is that I really wish they had a dedicated camel cavalry tree, because I like the Jawal Bedouins for the camel cavalry. It's unique. I like the camels. Plus, I like riding them into combat because they're really fast. Their speed stat doesn't show that they should be as fast as they are, but they feel like you're riding very fast when you ride them. The only downside of them is obviously the fact that I feel like this is the hill we died on that one time when we were streaming. Anyway, I feel like the only downside of the camel is obviously the lack of good comprehensive heavy armor for them. Yeah, this might be the exact spot we died on that one time during our live stream. So we're going to take it real easy. Inappropriate bots when they see a live stream. Oh boy, I feel like we're on a bit of a steep slope here. Try not to die. Oh no, we're on top of a tree. This is not good. See, the problem is I've already gotten to the point where I don't want to save for lack of getting stuck on the slope of a hill and ruining my save. Okay, good. I think we're going to make it down. Is this Ledechko? Yeah, this is exactly where we died on that one live stream. Whew, okay, now we'll save. Well, actually, we'll just ride into Ledechko and take a nap. And that way we can visit the bathhouse in the morning to get ourselves cleaned up. Burger. Who's this guy? Villager. Acting like he owns the place. Yeah, no, we haven't had a single sex bot in this stream, which is weird because we typically do, especially in the Kingdom Come Deliverance streams. Let's take a good nap, wake up in the morning, and get cleaned up. Sleep and save, you know what it is. Yay, it's actually going to let me sleep through the night. Gotta sleep until like 8, so the Bannerlord needs a bathhouse. Everything needs a bathhouse. My local town needs a bathhouse. A Turkish bathhouse. I would like that. I'm getting tired. I'm really sick. I've had like a bad cold for about 3 weeks now. And I can't go very long before I just get ridiculously tired. And I'm starting to get tired now. Plus I could eat. I'm having some protein cravings too. Hopefully that means I'm near the end of this cold. But yeah, I could really go for some nice hot meat, giggity, of course, and a nap. How are you guys feeling? Almost all of the bots are in Bannerlord streams. Yeah, they go wherever the people are. So if you're in a popular stream, you're going to see some sex bots. But obviously this stream isn't that popular. Otherwise we would have had them by now.
So what are you in?
I need a wench and everything that goes with that.
I've heard you.
I'm sure.
Giggity. You know what it is. It's a giggity. Oh! Turkish bathhouse? Dare to game as a Turkish patriot? Traitor. No, I'm not a Turkish patriot. As you may have noticed, I am an American. Look at that, we're all clean and freshly splooged. A good Henry is a freshly splooged Henry. I just didn't want to be all grubby. Let's go back to Ratay and sell some of this crap that's weighing us down. We've got way too much armor and weapons weighing down our horsey, so we haven't been able to loot anything. We've killed so many bandits and humans, but haven't been able to take any of their stuff for a profit. Lexi1397 says, I am exhausted. Yeah, I'm getting pretty freaking tired myself. Like I said, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stream. I'd like to make it to at least 2 hours. I think part of the built-in exhaustion for me is just the disappointment that I wasn't able to play The Witcher 3. It sucks. People must not be liking the stream. Exactly. Dave Zill, you're gonna have to get Scourging. We'd have sex bots in here if people were liking the stream. It's because of that we're not. We haven't been able to enjoy #1 America hot dog superstar sexy time because people aren't liking the stream. Crazy D Entertainment says, you wasted so much cumin gear to sell. That's what I'm saying. If we would have actually sold out the extra loot that we had sitting on our horse for no reason, we would have been able to pick up some of that loot. I killed quite a few cumins and several bandits that I could have made a profit off of their stuff, but we haven't been able to because I forgot to empty out the inventories before we left the town. Lexi says, I missed the Witcher stream. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. We did the intro cutscene and the stuff at Kaer Morhen, and then as soon as we got out into the open world, it dropped down to like 4 frames per second, and it was totally unplayable. So we just saved and quit, and we're going to save that until they patch it. Apparently the PC version of the free update is broken right now, so it sucks, but it is what it is, and we'll have to hope that they get to a patch on that pretty quick here. I'm hoping by next week, because I plan to for the next couple months here, or however long I end up doing it. You never know with me. But I'm planning on doing live streams every Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm figuring the Tuesday one can be The Witcher 3, and the Thursday one can be Kingdom Come Deliverance. But that'll depend on, you know, how quickly they patch The Witcher to make it playable. Dave Zill says, you know all I need. You know I need those sexy time ladies. We do know that. All right, let's get this show on the road. Get it all moving into the inventory. Boop, 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 boop. Wow, this is a lot of high-level stuff. We must have been doing some high-level looting in the last stream. I don't remember.
I'll get home. A torch will help.
A torch will help?
God save.
God save you. Alright, he's got 21k. Yeah, this is the guy I've been training up as my Rattay salesman. I like him because you can sell everything to him. Oh yeah. What are we making? Almost 5k? Look at that groschen gain. Let's sell all of our extra fruit and stuff to him too. We don't need all this food. Why would we need food? Why don't we ever run low on food? Drinking water, we don't need that. Hair meat, we don't need that. We'll keep the marigold decoctions. We'll sell these smoked sausages. Boar hide, we of course don't need that. We'll keep the spade on us because it was real annoying not having it that one time. Woohoo! Mark Peg says, see ya! See ya, Mark Pegs! Thanks for joining in. Hypermapping says, Vlandia and Southern Empire players when their mom checks their search history. I'm not sure exactly what their search history would be, but I'm assuming it's inappropriate. Nothing like good sexy time spot. Not usually. There's usually nothing like it. Dr. Zowden popping in with another super chat for €5. Thanks a bunch, Dr. Zowden. Much appreciated. You said you're a Catholic, right, Nico? I'm a Lutheran. Yes, I am a Catholic. I don't know that we've ever talked about you being a Lutheran, so this might be the first time you handed me that information. It's foolish information because now I know exactly where to lead the Inquisition. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Good stuff. I need to repair my armor because I feel like she's probably pretty dinged up. Look at that. Not all of it, but quite a bit of it. Do I have to fix my clothing too? Because he might not do clothing. What is a Lutheran? Redneck Zeus says Roman Catholic equals mid, Lutheran equals based. Gotta disagree with ya. I feel like there's nothing quite as based as Catholic. But of course, you know, I might have a slightly biased opinion on that. I would switch it the other way around. I would say Roman Catholic based. Maybe even Eastern Orthodox based. Lutheran mid. Stony Gamer says, what is a Lutheran? A Lutheran is the first or second or third or fourth, depending on your definition, variant of Protestant. So it's a Christian denomination that protests a part of the Catholic Church. That's where we get the term Protestant from. So the Protestant Reformation, which is the third or fourth major Reformation in the Middle Ages, basically, was started by Martin Luther in most places. Some people will say it starts with Wycliffe. Some people say it starts with Jan Hus. Like I said, it depends on your historical definition, how you would put it. But Martin Luther nailed his 95 theses to the door of his local church, and said, "This is what you guys are all doing wrong, and I hate this stuff, and we're going to do our religion," and that was what became Lutheranism. Took a while, but eventually became very, very popular in most of your German states. What do we got? I think... Oh, Dr. Zevin says, Jan Hus for the win, 95 reasons the church is wrong. Hypermapping says, I think it's the Protestants, Calvinists, and Anglicans who appeared with the religious reform in Europe. Like I said, it depends on your historical definition, because very, very early in the church's history, the Catholic Church's history, that is, you have what was called the Arian movement, which was basically the theological difference of opinion there was that if you know what the Holy Trinity is, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, the Arians said the Father had to take precedence, the Son could not have been present at the beginning of time, and so therefore they are not three parts that are equal as one, but three parts subservient to the Father. That was the initial thing. It was called Arianism, and that was the first time that you have what a lot of people would know as a Protestant, and they became an offshoot of the church very early in the church's history, long before Wycliffe, Hus, and Martin Luther. So, Estonian Gamer says, Christianity is boring. Praise, clash, knock. Disagree. Estonian Gamer says, oh, religious talk now? Interesting. Let the verbal crusades begin. Well, Deus Vult. If you believe in Deus Vult, you gotta be a trad cat. That's the way to go. Because Christ commands it. My streams always... It's funny. On Twitter, there was a... there's a live streamer or YouTuber type person called Melanie Mack, I think is what her name is. That's what it is on Twitter, at least. And she said, hey, are there any other Christian streamers out there? I want to follow some more, or something like that. And I posted on there, I said, well, my streams are just regular gaming streams, but every single time, especially I play Kingdom Come Deliverance, but basically every stream always turns into a debate on Christianity. So, you know, kind of a Christian streamer. Anyway. The best conversation here. Thank you. Crazy D Entertainment was interested in our religious conversation. No, basically, no matter what game we play, it always devolves, or evolves, depending on how you want to look at it, into a discussion of politics, or Christianity, or something along those lines, or sometimes a mashup of them. And then we have Estonian Gamer, who wants to sell us all demonic puppets that become your slave servants. So, it's definitely a varied group. Redneck Zoo says, Melanie Mack is awesome. So, you're familiar with her. Yeah, good, Chumps on the River. I thought we had already done this, but apparently we hadn't. Or food. Yeah, Dave Zell's right. Food definitely plays a pivotal role in our conversations here. Especially because I feel quite hungry.
So, how did it go?
Well, it would seem you hit more than I ever have.
Ooh.
Which means I take my cap off to you, Henry. You're the finest archer I know.
I am the finest archer he knows. I am Robin Hood. I am William Tell. I am some other impressive person who has fired arrows.
You said if I came by, you'd have to.
I actually have a Robin Hooded arrow up on my wall that I shot because I shoot recurve bow. Not competitively, but I would compete if any of the people I ever shoot archery with ever wanted to compete. But they're not nearly as competitive as I am, so... yeah, I Robin Hooded one of my arrows once, and it's not even like modern arrows, they're easier to Robin Hood because the nock is plastic and it's a hollow tube. So if you fire an arrow perfectly with a field tip, you can hit that nock and it will break and you just slide right down the tube. So it's actually much easier to Robin Hood a modern arrow. These ones are bamboo arrows with feather fletching. So I was shooting and I got one and it was like almost a perfect bullseye. And then 2 arrows later, I got another one and it took me a while because I was shooting at a target that's pretty far away, and so what it looked like happened to me was that the arrow must have hit real close and bounced off, because I didn't see it embedded in the target. And so I was like, oh, that's weird. So I fired the rest of my arrows, and then I walk up to the target, and I see what happened. I had Robin Hooded it real slick, so the arrow was sticking out. And since they're bamboo arrows, it doesn't go in very far, but it was stuck right into the knock. And so I was like, oh, I gotta save that. So I took some pictures, and I took the arrows out, and I used a little bit of glue on to get them stuck together. Now I have it up on my wall. It's one of my favorite decorations. What did we say? Remember the time when Sir Davizil said it's Scourgeon time, and then he scourged all over the stream? Truly one of Sturgian Elite Fiend's guards' moments in history. That is true. It is truly a moment of history. Davizilla says, I just crisped up some bacon. Oh, Davizilla. I'm so hungry, and I could really go for some meat right now, and you're making me mad, Davizilla. Indeed, a great Scourgeon. Nice day for Scourgeon, isn't it? The Stunning Gamer says, what does Robin Hood and arrow mean? So, have you ever seen Robin Hood or read the book or anything like that? Basically what happens is he's competing in a tournament, and whoever his opponent is, it depends on the telling of the story, sometimes it's the Sheriff of Nottingham, but will take shoot his arrow and get a perfect bullseye. And so people are like, oh, great, now how's Robin Hood going to win? And then he fires his arrow, and it goes right down the middle of the arrow, splitting it. And so that's what Robin Hooding an arrow is. It's when you've already landed a bullseye with your arrow, and then you fire your next arrow, and you hit another perfect bullseye, therefore perfectly landing in the middle of the knock. I guess you could say that this one I had wasn't technically Robin Hooding an arrow then, because it was in the bullseye ring, but it wasn't in the direct center. But my next arrow did punch right into the knock, so. Dave Zell says, I knew the bacon comment would get you. Yeah, I'm ridiculously hungry. I'm having a lot of trouble continuing the stream right now because I'm tired because I'm sick, and I'm hungry. So what I want to do is say, thanks for watching, shut off the stream, go eat some meat, and then take a nap. Because I'm freaking tired and I'm super hungry. It's horrending time. Horrends all over the floor. That's one thing you could do. So yes, Estonian Gamer. First of all, two things. I recommend everyone, if you can, take up archery. It is an excellent hobby. It's super fun. I'm going to show everyone where to go get St. George's longsword. Because I just remembered that I said I was going to do that 2 months ago, the last time we streamed. I said that in the next stream we would go get it. And it is up this hill. So, we just have to find exactly where it is. I found it already. My muscle memory is good. Borderlands Carter says, I'm eating lunch on break at work, so I feel ya. Been waiting for 11 o'clock. Yeah, I am starving like Marvin. This chest right here, which I can't show you exactly where I am on the map, but Ledechko is... Oh, we're all the way back over there. There's Samopesh. Here's Marhoyed. Where the heck's Ledechko? There it is. Here's Ledechko. If you want to find the sword, you go up here to this woodland garden. That's where I am on the map right now. So, let's lockpick this bad boy. Doo-doo-doo. This is the location of one of the treasure maps. And you can find the Kuttenberg Cuirass, which is quite good. Recipe for moonshine, save your schnapps. Sharp as a knife 4, St. George's sword, and the unpopular die. Look at that. I just showed you where to get some good stuff. Do it, LOL. Dave Zilla says, starving from days of the sick you are. Well, like I said, I've been sick. It feels like it's just one connected thing, but I'm sure it's multiple different colds. I've got young kids in elementary school, so basically that means all winter I'm sick, because they just, every time some sort of a new germ comes up, they bring it home and, you know, sneeze it all over me. That's life of having little kids. Don't let that make you think that it's not a good thing. It's definitely worth it to have kids. But anyway, I've been ridiculously sick with cold-like symptoms for weeks now, and it's bad. I'm so fatigued from it. And I'm also sick. I need to eat some protein. I got the cravings. I need the meat. I'd rather have the meat sweats right now. But I showed you where to get St. George's sword and some other stuff. Let's actually see. That cuirass I just picked up might actually be better than the one I'm wearing. 22 armor. What's the one I'm wearing got? 24, so it's not as good. It is shiny, though. I love the Kuttenberg cuirass. It's one of my favorites because it's just such a plain, shiny chest piece. Weapons. I'm not using two-handed swords in this one, but St. George's sword is legitimately a great weapon. Nourishment. We're actually doing fine. What does it say? The dude be looking like a Vlandian crossbowman. Yeah, I do. Look at that. We got my Sick. I mean, obviously I don't have a crossbow because there aren't crossbows in this game. But I do look like a Vlandian crossbowman. Maybe now you know why I love Vlandia so much. I love the aesthetic. Rip, I remember when I was a wee lad. They bring all the germs home. They do. They bring all the germs home. That's what kids do. They go out and they gather up all the germs they can find and they bring them home. And then they give them to me because they're very kind. I look forward to the days in the future where instead of gathering germs, they go out and gather all of the money and bring it home and give it to me. Get well soon, by the way. Yeah, hopefully, right? It's probably not, though. We've had a recurring stomach virus out here with all these sicklings. Yeah, I haven't had too much stomach stuff, so I'm thankful for that. I'd much rather have cold-like symptoms and be fatigued and have trouble breathing and all that sort of stuff than have flu-like symptoms. I don't like the stomach bug. You can keep your vomiting, nausea, upset stomach, diarrhea, all that sort of stuff. You can keep that. I'll stay over here with my head cold and chest cold. The most annoying thing about this particular cold has been that I've been getting like a middle ear type of thing where I get like the fluid building up behind the eardrum, so I can't really hear super good, especially my left ear. I know what to do. The China virus? I don't think it's the China virus. It's hard to say for sure because I'm obviously not going to go get it tested, but I don't think it is.
Honored that you should come to me.
Is there any work?
Captain Kettlehelm.
Maybe you haven't noticed.
I'm listening.
We've got a human captive we pulled out of the river. I have an idea what to do. Need a little help. I have my own plans for him. I need a bit of help.
He said that twice.
I'll help you. I've got some unfinished business with the Cubans.
I'm guessing you're from Skalitz then.
Yes, I am. If you could tell from my Sir Radzig hood.
I plan to question the bastard and find out where he hid all the plunder he's been taking.
Alright, I'll get it out of him.
Do you speak Hungarian?
No.
Then you won't get anything out of him. But if you want... The men said there's a vagrant there who swears in Hungarian when he's playing dice.
Alright.
Fun!
Thanks.
I've never done this mission, I guess. I think every time I do this mission, I always just take him to Rattay. But I can apparently go over to, what's his name? The, like, hand up at the other mill up here. And apparently... Oh, this is fun! I've never actually done this mission this way. This is exciting. I love it when I find, like, in a game that I play all the time, when I find something that I haven't experienced yet. It's always so exciting. Dr. Zouden says, ready to start a political debate? Orgeman 2020. Or, they just put 202. As far as the political debate on that goes, I don't hate Donald Trump. I know that may be controversial to some people, but I certainly don't hate Donald Trump. I think as a president, the country was much better under him than it is under Joe Biden. That being said, Donald Trump does annoy me, and so I had wished he wasn't going to run again, just because I know that it's going to cause so much frickin' annoyance for me that, you're not going to like that. Ginger, garlic, cucumber water could boost you up. Heavy on the ginger. That's fair. Vagrant.
Ah, I heard you know how to speak Hungarian. But are you fluent?
I'll speak it well enough. But
I should try something like that. Ginger, garlic, cucumber water. I do like cucumber water, but wouldn't it taste a little weird with garlic in it?
Hungarian.
in the university in Vienna. I studied there diligently.
Quite the vagrant. Apparently he went to the University of Vienna.
So I'm travelling back to my home, Prague, to the mother of all cities.
I might have a job for you.
This is hilarious.
And I was hoping you were coming with an invitation to a drink or a message from my mistress.
Message from his mistress. This is awesome. I've never done this one.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Hot whiskey. That's one cure. I've got whiskey. I don't think I have any cucumber downstairs. I know I've got ginger. I've obviously got garlic. You can't cook without garlic. But I definitely also have whiskey. In fact, I've got... If I were to think, I don't have any rye downstairs, but I've got bourbon, I've got Irish whiskey, I've got scotch.
So first
Yeah, I don't have any rye.
I need someone to question a cumin. I can see you're not tongue-tied and you know Hungarian, so it shouldn't be a problem for you.
Lord mighty,
A cumin? Well, what does it matter?
Well, what does it matter? My employers here want to send me back on the road at the end of the week.
How much are you paying?
Redneck Zeus says, I'm all in on Orange Man 2024. More than Ron DeSantis? I like Ron DeSantis.
How much would you like?
Well, the question is, how much are you offering?
I'm going to pay this guy everything because I've never... Dr. Zodin says, bourbon, ew. Yeah, I'm not huge. I liked bourbon when I was younger. Like, you know, back in the day, I used to drink bourbon a lot. Even cheap shit like Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, like bad bourbon. We'll meet there. But yeah, I don't much care for it anymore. The bourbon I have downstairs is Southern Comfort. It's the only bourbon that I'll still sometimes drink. It's good in mixers. That's basically the only reason why I'll still have it. Is because of how sweet it is and the fact that it is a pretty smooth bourbon. It pairs pretty well with most mixers that call for bourbon. So that's all I've got downstairs. I don't think I've got much left anymore because my wife actually drinks it most of the time. Just to put up with me, she has to have a couple stiff cocktails or some shots of bourbon to brace herself before any conversation with me. So if we have any left at all, that's all we've got. But yeah, I agree, Dr. Zouden. I'm not nuts about bourbon anymore. I used to drink it as an American, you know, being proud of an American liquor, but I don't much care for it anymore. These days, I mostly drink white liquors. Typically high-quality tequila, like I've got some good 1800 downstairs that I really like. And we've also got gin. Recently, I got super into gin, so... DeSantis worries you. You think he's a psyop. I don't think so. I obviously don't trust him any more than I trust any politicians, but I just look at the results, you know, how Florida is doing, and I've got family living in Florida. Crazy D Entertainment says, DeSantis is my governor. I personally appreciate how he works in our state. That's what I'm saying. I know enough people that have said exactly that. They're people that live in Florida that have personally experienced the way that he governs, and they like it. So, stab him soon. He's been yelling that gibberish all day. I don't know if it's gibberish. It might just be Hungarian.
I've come to ask about that human.
Ask away.
Dr. Zouden says, I would be happy for DeSantis, but I hate his stance on gun control. Red flag laws are a sin against God. I think red flag laws are definitely bad. I think anyone that supports them is supporting putting too much power to take away constitutional rights in the hand of the government. So I agree with that. If he's pro red flag law, then that's something I would take issue with. It's the same reason I had problems with candidates like Ben Carson. I thought Ben Carson was a great candidate until he started saying support for things like red flag laws. And it's the same reason why I can't stand, what's his name? The one-eyed senator from Texas, Dan Crenshaw or whatever. He's big in that stuff too, and I'm not going to get on board with that type of stuff.
How did you manage to catch him?
Dr. Zouden says, Trump, Rand Paul. That would be such a crazy run.
Many assume he would not.
Oh, boy. Who, what? I was gone. Estonian Gamer, while you were gone, it turned into a political discussion on who we think should be president in 2024 of the United States, of course. The one gut. The one gut? That's confusing. Renix says he's great in Florida, but I don't think his success in Florida will really translate well to the president level. Well, you never know until you know. With a governor, that's always the case, because they do their thing in their state, you know. So, and we've had great, you know, like Ronald Reagan was the governor of California and then was a great president, you know. So it's hard to say because the governor job is executive like a president's job is, but it's executive within a state, not internationally. So it's always a different thing. So yeah, it's always a risk, you know. I should wait until the vagrant gets here. I don't want to accidentally screw up the mission by going in there. Trump/Blake Masters? I've heard that. I've heard people touting that one. Screw Cyclops. Hypermapping says, remember the moment when Dare to Game said, it's Darren to gaming time, and then he Kingdom came all over Deliverance? Truly one of the Chioan infantry moments in history. You can never trust a Florida man in power. Florida man is definitely the most interesting person in America. Every time I read an article about Florida man, I know that it's going to be a good one. Usually has something to do with alligators or excessive alcoholism or, you know, something along those lines. Where's our vagrant? Is that hired hand? God, this guy's got a lot of people working for him. Most people forget DeSantis was a congressman because he was that forgettable before he got the Trump endorsement from governor in 2020 or 2018. Yeah, he was definitely a backseater as far as Congress goes. But a lot of people, you know, that's how politics works. You are a nobody until you're a somebody, you know, and typically it's whenever you get your shot. So yeah, most people don't know that he was in Congress before he became a governor. There's probably more people aware of his college football career than the fact that he was a congressman. And, you know, that's obviously saying something. Is this guy ever going to show up? I'm waiting for the vagrant. I probably should have just said we'll go there together. I don't know why I said I'll meet you there. It's always a bad way to go. I really want to see him question this guy and see where it goes. Because I've done this mission plenty of times where you just take him to Rete and turn him in. Aha! There he is! Woohoo!
We can start the question.
I was almost starting to get bored.
This is exciting. I've never done this before. Brought this guy here for the translation. Has anyone else? Have you guys done the mission this way? Because I've done this mission multiple times, but I've never done it like this. It's DeSantis in time. DeSantizes all over America.
Tell him I know damn well.
Dr. Zowden says, I don't know, the African-American at the Tweety Bird shop is pissed off a lot of people, which is a good thing. You talk about Elon Musk? Yeah, a lot of people are real mad at Elon Musk these days.
What's he saying?
Well, he seems to be resisting.
Resisting? You've never played this mission? Threaten him with a beating?
On being stubborn, I'm going to lose my patience.
Now mine. Hold on.
Circle the horse and he appears. I've done this mission plenty of times. I've never done it like this, though. This is cool. This is new for me. Once you open the door to talk to him, you remove other options from the mission. And then all you can do is knock him out and take him to Rete. Igen.
So? Is he saying anything?
No, not really. He just keeps swearing.
Tell him that if he doesn't say anything in the next few moments, I'll cut his throat right here and now.
Where do you get most of your news, Nico? My news? All over the place. I read a lot of stuff online just myself, looking at direct sources.
He says he buried the coin somewhere in the forest, but he can't describe the place
exactly. Ooh. I wonder if he's going to run me into a trap. This could be fun. But I like the Daily Wire, so I get quite a bit of news from there. Interrogate the human prisoner. Talk to the miller. All right, let's close this door. I'm sure it won't do anything, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now let's go talk to the miller. This is fun. Why is he speaking Hungarian? Because Romanians are Vlandian. KCD was based the whole time. Panther, the missing out on this. Yeah, right? Panther would be all about this discussion. He's normally the most political person in the chat. He works during the day when all the rest of us are streaming or just watching the stream at work. Because I think he still works at Walmart.
You see? That's the legendary seller's instinct for you.
The only trouble is, you can't quite describe the way there.
Like Michael Knowles, the rest of the Daily Wire has kind of lost me. Yeah, Michael Knowles is the one I watch most too. Every once in a while I'll watch Matt Walsh. I don't really watch Ben Shapiro. I don't like Andrew Klavan. So, he is an honest Soviet worker. Who is Michael Knowles?
And what's to do with the cumin, huh?
Who should be respected. Or are we talking about Elon Musk?
Alright.
Too much double talk in the news. There obviously a lot of double talk in the news, yeah.
What do I get out of it?
I'll let you have half. That's fair, isn't it?
Aye, fair enough.
Dr. Zowden is a little bit behind on the chat. Yeah, I'm not... I used to like Ben Shapiro, but I don't much care for him. He's a little bit neoconservative for me, so I'm not nuts about him. Michael Knowles is definitely my favorite on there. I like Matt Walsh too, though. I just don't watch him as much because he's definitely more of an antagonist. But I watch him sometimes. I don't like Andrew Klavan. Dr. Zowden says Knowles is alright. Yeah, like I said, Michael Knowles is definitely my favorite on the Daily Wire. I don't like Andrew Klavan. He annoys me. And his views are inconsistent, and that's the thing I hate most, is definitely inconsistency. So, about the interrogation. Oh, Panther is a good Soviet worker. I get you, Estonian gamer. What's her name? The one with the talk show.
They have a different manner of speaking.
Candace Owens. She's all right. She's another one who she likes to get people all riled up. So I have to be in the right mood, but I like her too. Walsh is a neocon, huge Ted Cruz fan. I mean, Knowles is a big Ted Cruz fan too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I also like Ted Cruz has a really good record. I think he's got all the problems that most of your.
It's just I'm sure I heard him say something about rats.
I'm not paying. I'm not paying very close attention to this. I bet you I'm screwing it up for myself.
I'm taking the cumin to Ratai, and we'll see what he has to say when he's on the rack. They'll have a translator who knows what he's doing. And if I find out you've betrayed me, we'll be very sorry.
Fine, fine. Just keep calm.
Ha! He was lying to me.
You're right.
So what did he say? I'm listening.
He described the place where he says the money is hidden. In exchange for me promising that I'd talk to you into letting him guide you there.
Ooh.
Where's the money?
The Soviet Union flag is technically the same as Vlandia. Red background, gold crest. My respect for the Soviet.
And when you're standing there,
Shouldn't that be like more of a respect for Vlandia going down? I would be more concerned about being too similar to the Soviet Union than being too similar to Vlandia.
there, a small path leads to the water. Then, by the water, on the right, he says, there's a hollowed out stump. And that's where you'll find it.
Where does he want to take me?
I have no idea. But it's probably not anywhere you...
Renixu says Ron DeSantis is Jeb Bush with a Trump accent. I disagree. He does stuff. Like right now, he's opening up a grand jury process looking into the whole all the vaccine stuff and all the mRNA vaccines and all that, and trying to actually get a public legal account of what the truth behind them is. That's I would say that's pretty effective. Jeb Bush was definitely a stuffed suit.
Is it not, brother?
Soviet Union was born. What does he say? 1,269 years before Flandia. Dr. Zowden says, Cruz's controlled opposition of the one-party system. He is good in the Senate and should stay there. I agree. I would say that. I mean, I would say that he's definitely a better presidential candidate than a lot of people that could run for it, but I think he is definitely good at being a senator. So I'm not arguing with you there, Dr. Zowden.
You better hope it's there, or I'm going to come looking for you.
Don't worry. I'm not so foolish as to lie to you twice, am I?
I should hope not.
Lying to me. We should take this guy to, we should take this guy to Vlandia. Way to go! Hyper mapping. You got me thinking of,
Nice try, but I'm not stupid. But still, I don't intend to wander around.
oh man, I'm so groggy. I just want to finish this mission so I can end the stream. I need some food and some rest.
For fuck's sake, get on with it. Don't you dare try anything.
I hope he leads me into a ambush so I can kill some humans. I probably should have saved before that, but whatever. He's definitely leading me into an ambush. I recognize the spot. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game here. Vlandia was technically 838 years older than the Soviet Union, 1922 to 1084. There you go. I feel quite hungry. Same here, Crazy D Entertainment. I also feel quite hungry. So the Soviets actually stole the Vlandian flag. I would say so too. This is a nice slow walk we got going here, Cumin buddy. Yeah, like I said, this is all new for me. Typically, I just end up taking him straight to Rattay and turning him over to the bailiff there. I like how you spelled out actually like the nerd way, and also put in the emoticon that shows it up. and eat some Vlandians, the only valid cannibalistic act. Your hatred for Vlandia never ceases to amuse me. Okay. See if this guy's got anything on him. He don't. Where are we? Feel like we should have. This is so long. Is he actually leading me to the stash? That would be funny. It would be much more amusing if it wasn't taking us so long to get to wherever he wants to lead me. I was hoping it was an ambush. I wanted to kill some more humans, but I'll accept some Groshen. Oh, look at that. We got some stuff. Talk. Again? Take him to Rattay.
Now we're going to Rattay, my friend.
I'm Henry, the law-abiding human killer. I'm not going to let this guy free. We're going to take him to Rattay, and he's going to be tortured and executed. Sweet. So, not only did I get to turn him in, but I also got his stash. That's probably the best way to do this mission, I would say. So, I'm crazy tired and real hungry. Bring the miller his half of the treasure. Oh, we're not done yet. Well, let's bring the miller his treasure before I quit out. It's a good thing we're all the way back here in Rattay. That's fun. Torture. Alright. So, everyone get ready, because the stream will end once we go bring the miller his half of the stash. So, if you've got any last-minute likes for the stream or super chats you'd like to send me, because, you know, money, the obvious, you know, reason for most things. Here in Sionon, the real Ohio of Britannia and Calradia. No! Oh, boy. Yeah, anybody that hasn't played Bannerlord, gotta try it out. It's a good game. I mean, if you've never played a Mountain Blade game before and you don't know if you'd like it or whatever, just wait. It'll go on sale at some point, you know. First time I played Warband was probably 10 years ago. Lexi1397 says, I'm eating ramen noodles. Yeah, I'm hungry enough that I might even eat ramen noodles. I'd prefer something a little bit more hearty. I'm probably just going to go downstairs, look in the fridge, and find what sort of leftovers we have. Hopefully I've got some sort of a meat dish or something available, because like I said, I definitely need some protein. Lexi1397 says, bye-bye, everyone. We're not leaving right this moment. I'm just telling everyone to be ready, because once I finish the mission, we're probably going to save and quit pretty abruptly. Yeah, we want to keep going this way. Get feeling better. Hopefully you have some good beer cheese soup in the fridge. I could go for a good... I might have a soup. There might be some, a nice hearty soup in the fridge that I could eat. And it might even have... Crazy D Entertainment says salmon is for lunch today. Salmon. Haven't had a good cedar plank salmon in a while. With some, Parmesan-encrusted baked asparagus on the side. Delicious. Yeah, I might have a good soup down in the fridge. We'll have to see. Like I said, I'll have to see what's available. Because I don't quite feel like cooking anything up from scratch, so hopefully we'll have some yummy, delicious leftovers. Time to go make a baked potato in the microwave. That's one option. I saw a funny post yesterday from Stephen King, which is rare because I don't find him to be that amusing. But it said, for lunch today, we're going to have, I think he said salmon, he said, so go to the store, buy a medium-sized salmon fillet, cover it with, I think he said, lemon juice and olive oil, wrap it in damp paper towels, and nuke it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and then, I don't know, serve it with a salad or something. And it was probably the absolute funniest thing Stephen King has ever said. It was very amusing. Dr. Zowden says, feel better, brother. Christ be with you and yours. Thank you, and to you as well, Dr. Zowden. Redneck Zeus said something. Time to, no. Oh, bye, Zeus. Technically, the mighty Soviet Republic was born when Vladimir Lenin IV overthrew the Roman Empire in 13 AD. I don't think that's when the Soviet Union started. But it matters not, because I would not describe them as mighty or good or anything. Anything positive. I'm not a Soviet, nor a Soviet stooge. Actually, being a Catholic, I'm decidedly anti-Soviet. because the Soviets were anti-Catholic. Actually, anti-Christianity in general, but especially Catholicism. Baked Vlandian, seared Vlandian, deep-fried Vlandian. Delicioso. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. Let's press an F. Been playing too much Bannerlord. Miller. I'm back, baby.
So I see. Well,
Get better so we can see more videos. Need to spam that like button and stick it to the algorithm. I'll keep working on it. I've got some more videos that I'm already working on. Mostly Bannerlord content right now. I tried another game that's the dev. There's a solo dev for a game called Voerdekroom. He sent me a key for it, and I was playing that a bit yesterday. It's interesting. I might make a video on that too. But yeah, that's all for today. I've enjoyed the stream. I wish we could have played The Witcher 3 for longer than a couple... Get your bounty from the bailiff. Oh, dang! I could have got a bounty from the bailiff. Why am I always missing out on stuff? But anyway, hopefully they patch The Witcher 3 on PC so we can play that next time. Because I really want to. I was looking forward to starting a new thing. I wish to discuss the wonderful joys of socialism. But then it died out when Vlandians, the demons, came to stop the religion of Vlandianism. Estonian Gamer, you have an interesting view on history. But thank you, everyone, for joining in today. Thanks, Hypermapping, for being here. Thanks, Crazy D. Thanks, Redneck Zeus. Dr. Zouden, of course, especially for all the super chats. And Crazy D for becoming a member and super chatting as well. Had all sorts of fun from you guys today. Estonian Gamer, Redneck Zeus... Scourge of Texas, Dave Zilla himself. Had a great crew here today. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like the stream, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, see you next time.